Noonish, 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 noonish. J.A. he was major league, playing around with them bats. Kia OG, making plays on the track. Sports and technology, we mix it in with facts. Catch him every Wednesday to like double tap. Lot of interviews with ballers and them winners. Yeah, Jay on Notre Dame, all winner.
What's going down, baby? Let's go. Let's get it. Are y'all ready for this great Wednesday ahead of us? Got a lot to talk about, man. A lot of March Madness, a lot of things going on in the NBA world. Don't forget about your F1. We got some catching up to do. It's going down. If you don't know, I'm your host, J.A., a.k.a. Jonathan Anderson. I'm here with my uncle, Ronald Boulware, co-host of this show. What's going down?
Say, man, just ready to go. We got a lot of subjects. We got the first lady on
Yes, sir.
point this week. Last week, I know the people was a little disappointed because we lost our audio.
Yeah.
But it was a couple of people told me that they enjoyed the video.
Hey, I love it. I say the same. I can say the same, huh? You know? Hey, before we get started off, we got to do a little modeling. I know you got some experience in this, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, we got to let the people know what's going down over here. We got the merch on the streets, you know what I'm saying? We got the merch on the block right here. Got the Noonish t-shirt, you know. We always talking our ish, you know. Got the nice little font in the back, you know. The many colors, you know. You know, we don't discriminate. You know, I just like the black. You know what they say? But we got the blues and the reds and the whites and the purples. And
Yeah,
the
we
grays
coming
and the
with
pinks
that.
and the greens and the yellows.
Yeah, we going to
You
come
know.
with all that.
Yes, all the colors, man. But yeah, we'll tell y'all where to go. Matter of fact, go to theNgroupInternational.com. Hit that shop link. I'm gonna put a link on in the show at the end of the show in the description. Anyway, let's get this thing started. What's going down, Miss C? What? Miss First Lady.
That shit.
Morning, afternoon. Hi, can we hear me? Can we see me?
Oh man,
Hey,
let me
we
double check, make sure. Say that one more
Because
time.
I got good updates today and I just need the people to hear them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we want to hear them all.
I want you guys to hear my breaking news.
Oh
Well,
yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, we hear you. We hear you. Everything is
Yes.
good to go.
Yeah.
What's going down, Miss C? Why?
guys, well, it's so strange that you guys have your matching shirts and I do not. So just wondering where I can get my merch delivered. Can I get it hand
You know-
delivered? I'd like Unc in the Genesis to deliver a custom shirt to me, please.
You know, there's always alpha and beta, you know, testing taking place, you know, prior to the finished product. So this
Okay,
was
you want to
the-
make sure they're perfect for me. Got it. Got it.
You
got
know,
it.
this was the test right here. Test turned out well. They passed the test, and we
No, I
just
like
showed them
'em.
off.
No, they look good. Wait, is Unc's long sleeve?
Oh, absolutely. We
yeah.
got options.
Wait a sec,
We don't
guys.
discriminate.
The variety.
Yeah, we got long sleeves, short
Oh.
sleeves.
Oh, and it's
Nice.
just we just getting started.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We just getting started. Should be fun.
No, I love
Should be fun. What's been up with you? You know, last week, you know, we had a little audio mess up, mishap, whatever you want to call it. On me. That's on me. Oh, that's on me.
No, it's
Can't really
it's
say
all good. I'm trying to think of even what I talked about last week, but no, I've been good. I did my
Mike and
greenie
Mike. I
segment.
tell you, yeah.
We
This
we
is
did
greeny.
that. That was
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah, it was.
Out in New York, and thank you for helping me clip up a couple of little pieces from that because I wanted to share it for all the people who couldn't be there. So I've got a couple of videos that I have put out on Instagram and trying to load up some to YouTube. We just had a really good conversation, and it was fun to be with someone that I have seen and followed and heard in my ear for so many years. So that was really cool. So I hope to do more things like that. But I told
And
him
what
he's
was
got
it exactly? You interviewed Mike Greenberg at a summit, I believe.
Yes,
Let's not
it
just
was
like skip over this real quick. See, like it's not a big deal.
Don't gas me up, guys. Don't
I'm
gas me up.
just saying.
No, it's a conference, a sports business and betting conference. I've been there for several years with my prior company. This year I showed up as a free agent and really got to talk about the things I'm really interested and excited about for sports betting and media. And Greeny was the keynote at the end to wrap up the whole event. And so it was cool to have a whole room full of a lot of people that I respect, and to be with a voice like that was great. So we talked about, his work at ESPN, but he has that book that I shared. And then I asked him, I kind of grilled him a little bit about ESPN. ESPN Bet is not, yet a top contender, which to me, just like what a natural fit to have,
For sure.
a grip on fans that way. But you'd think it would just be easy. Same thing with Fanatics. Fanatics, like think about every piece of merch that is sold for these teams, and that doesn't necessarily mean it translates to a sports bettor. So ESPN it's got a long road ahead to make it happen. But yeah, he was really gracious with his time and his responses, and we had fun with it too. I gave him his custom merch, and that was really fun. So
Yeah,
I had
that was
blast.
cool. What did he say initially? I did see the interview.
I think he was surprised. Like his face was like legitimately surprised that I would do that. But one thing about me is I love to customize a gift. So
hey man,
yeah.
I don't
so
know
I
if
sent
it's the
one for-
first time you met Greeny, but that's a great first impression. You know what I mean?
He's not going to forget me. That's
Yeah,
that's
sure.
for sure. For good
For sure.
reasons or bad reasons, who knows? He will not forget me. But
And don't be surprised if he reaches out to find you at some point.
let
Like
us
for interview
pray.
purposes or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, call Greeny, call me up. I'm
Greeny's
ready.
cool, but hey, see why you got some skills too now. Don't just.
You know what? I was
I
going to
don't know.
ask him. I was going to tell him that in his book, he really does not talk about racing at all.
I was
Like
gonna.
he
Did
doesn't
you
list
talk to him
it.
about that?
He doesn't list it as like any of his favorites. The one thing I will say he did put up was that he did mention his favorite racing families in motorsports. Of course,
nice.
the Andretti's were there and the Earnhardts, but
Yep.
I was like, okay, but like a little Formula One, he added it up. So it was fun. But speaking of Formula One, can I dive right in?
Please dive in.
Please
Okay.
do.
Last week I was starting to recap, because here's what happened since my audio glitch. We've had 2 races already. Okay.
Dos.
And we've had 2 races. So I'm going to give you a little bit on each one. So let's start from the beginning. The first race of the season kicked off in Australia. Now, I told you guys a couple weeks ago that Unk's predictions were as good as my predictions because rain was in the forecast.
I just feel like throwing some horns out there.
Do. And so rain absolutely occurs on Sunday and really throws things off. And what's great is that the teams, they have radar and they have tools to really see essentially by the lap when rain will happen. So it's their responsibility to take that information, plan for tire strategy, right? There's different tires during the rain versus dry. There's also tires that they can use when it's not quite dry, but it's not quite wet. So they have to be really, really mindful on tire strategy and pitting at the right time, because there could be some safety car issues as well. So you don't want to be the dummy that doesn't pit on time with a safety car. So now I had some early predictions, and I had some things I really wanted to see, but I'll give you a rundown. So, of course, I think my first guess was that Lando was going to come in hot or McLaren was going to come in hot, and they sure did. So Lando gets first place. Max is in second, another prediction that I was anticipating to see to Red Bull. But guess who was in third place? George Russell for Mercedes.
Wow.
I did not expect to see that at all. He's got a new teammate. Lewis is no longer there. So he's got Kimi Antonelli. Okay, so Kimi is not even old enough to have a literal driver's license. Like he's just a baby. I don't actually think I saw an interview where he doesn't actually have his
Are you serious?
driver's license. He has a racing license, but I don't think he could drive a car in Texas if he wanted to.
How old is this kid?
He's a baby.
16?
You know what? Let me tell you, because I'm not joking. He looks like he is. I mean, I'm not like
That's
he
crazy.
could be 12 or 13. Like he's an itty bitty baby.
What?
Let me tell you how old he is, because I don't want to mess this up. He's just turned 18 last year.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay. Well, he can have driver's license if he went to driver's
Doesn't
school.
even have a driver's license.
That's insane.
He would have
So
to
when
go
they
to driving
interviewed-
school
Yeah.
in Texas to have a driver's license.
Wow,
Mhm.
that's just
Can't
crazy.
just get one because you're a Formula One driver. So I
What? That's
shocked. But anyway,
insane.
he's just a baby. He's just an Italian little baby. He's really cute. He's really sweet. But he actually has been a standout rookie this year. So a lot of pressure to go from Lewis Hamilton, who's in his 40s, to little baby Kimmy, 18
Man,
years old. Can barely vote if he wanted to.
man, they went
um
like all the way like opposite of Lewis.
exactly. And he's just really sweet. So
That's wild. That's
he's
dope
done.
though.
He's
I love it.
No, same. And you'll see that there's a lot of drivers that had to come in pretty young, like Ollie Bierman, who is with Haas. He's pretty young as well.
He came
I
in
think he's
last year, right?
19. Yeah, he got to drive a little bit last year, so he was on the track at 18 as well. But a lot of, I mean, as we've talked about, they come up kind of through the feeder systems of F3, F2, F1. So they're from karting. There's like a whole track that they, no pun intended, but there's a track to becoming a Formula One driver, and it requires you have to prove
A
yourself. So
pathway. There's
a
a pathway.
pathway. But you know what? You guys would get a good giggle out of this. Do you remember our dear friend Carlos Sainz, who was at
Yes.
Ferraris and joined Williams, the not
Yes.
black team, the white team?
Yes.
Um, so there was a lot of excitement, right, that he was joining the team. Sponsorships flying. Their car is covered in sponsorships.
Yeah.
Didn't even finish the race. Didn't even finish the race. The hype was so, I mean, okay, so like it's Williams. They've had like this curse where they've not performed for years now. James Val's their team like manager is like, we're gonna crush, we're excited, we have a championship opportunity in the coming years with Carlos Sainz. And first race right out the gate. Oh, Carlos
Oh my
Sainz.
gosh. I'm still thinking the second race, but we're still talking about number
We're
one.
still in the first
He
race.
didn't finish the first race.
So just imagine,
Ah.
like that's really a time to show out, right? Like they really wanted to see. I mean, I'm
What
looking at
happened?
I was watching Lewis and Leclerc, and I'm like, okay, like I would love to see a podium. We didn't get a
Yeah.
podium, but we did okay.
Right.
But again, tire strategy, those things. So rain was tricky. But if you want to have some drama, let's go into China. China was
Yeah.
last week.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And a sprint.
Hold on.
You guys remember?
There was some drama to finish that first race though. The close finish was nuts.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Lando and Max, right? Like
Yep. Yeah. They
two
battled it
knuckleheads.
out. It wasn't like of years past where it was a given. I think there was
Mm-hmm.
still a little bit of a tussle there towards the end, but
Yeah.
they did well. Max seemed pleased with his results. George was a surprise for me, but you know what? I think based on the first two races, Mercedes is going to be that team that you don't really talk as much about, but they're just consistent with the points.
They're there.
They're not getting disqualified. They're not
Yeah.
having as many DNFs. So I just think they'll consistently score points, and they might be a top 2 or 3 constructor for the year if
And
they
again,
keep up.
George started this last year. He was
Yeah,
driving well towards the end of the season last year. It
yeah,
wasn't Lewis taking those races. It was George for the most part.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
He's done really well. And I think he's a good teammate for Kimmy too, because he's a star, but he's not so much of a star that and they're still spending a lot of time together. The team
Yeah.
dynamic seems pretty cool. So,
It's awesome.
so headed into China was a sprint weekend. Do you guys remember what the sprint weekends are like?
It's several races.
It's like it's so much. It's like a mini race. There's like a mini qualifying, then there's a regular qualifying. It's a lot of racing.
Yeah.
I like it, but I don't like Chinese time.
Yeah.
Okay. It was like I missed qualifying at one point because it was like 3 in the morning.
Oh
The
man.
race was starting at like midnight. It was crazy. So that's my only bone to pick. But
Yeah, that was. I
gorgeous
didn't know if
track.
it was. I was so confused. I was like, "Why is this race starting right now?"
I had to take a nap before
It
and
was
then just
midnight.
ruined my, like the whole thing. It was so much work. But what I didn't get to share last week was that I had some predictions around the sprint weekend. What I didn't predict was Lewis Hamilton winning the sprint race to kick off the first sprint of the season. You would have thought
Wow.
to me, he won the championship. I was so excited for him. I could have cried. I was like, this is it, guys. We in this.
I
Won the
mean,
sprint race. I
was
was
that just to
excited.
give hope to the Ferrari fans, right?
I mean,
After the poor
he
showing in
was
Australia.
fast. I mean, he was fast. He showed that he could, he really like owned the drive in that car. I mean, he outpaced everything. So he not only qualified in first. So let me back up. Sprint weekends are basically 2 races.
Yeah.
The sprint also has a qualifying where you determine the grid. So Lewis qualifies in first. So he's on pole for the sprint race. Sprint race is like half of a
Okay.
regular sized race, so it's not nearly as long. The one thing here is they don't have to take a pit stop, so they can go the full length of the race on one tire if they want to. Now they can change, but they don't have to. They don't have to change, which
Yeah.
is a rule in other races.
Yeah.
And so Lewis, whew, flying, looking good in red, wins the sprint. So I'm like, you know what? This is it. This is starting the Ferrari domination. Here it goes. It's all we needed. It's all we needed was that little sprinkle of wind. And that was not the case. So we we did not have a win in the race.
They went
Oscar,
5-6 though, right?
well, we placed well, Ferrari and Leclerc, or Lewis and Leclerc. A couple hours later, a notice goes out from the FIA and the stewards to say that those 2 are disqualified from the race. So we went from points to no points.
DQ.
0 points, 0 points.
Why?
Unc and
the DQ though?
I have the same amount of points as Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton for that race. Us sitting on our couches, those guys worked so hard. 0. Do you want me to tell you the difference between points and no points? 2 things. So Charles Leclerc's car came in 1 kilogram under the amount of weight that is the minimum acceptable amount. So they weigh the guys, they weigh the cars, they check everything after. 1 kilogram difference. And so they have to draw a line somewhere, right? So 1 kilogram out, no longer.
That's crazy.
Lewis has a kind of like there's a piece under the car that has to be a certain thickness, and it came in. I wrote this down so I didn't mess it up. 0.55 millimeters too short. So the difference between points, no points. I don't know. This could be the difference between a constructor championship and not. You know how these things end up at the end. All the difference between points and no points. I said, who do I need? I need to make some phone calls. I will write a
kilogram and a millimeter.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want Ferrari to
No,
succeed.
0.5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
0.5.
5 millimeters. Not even a millimeter.
Of a millimeter.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Isn't that wild? But it just shows you that in Formula One, the difference between first place and last place doesn't represent an hour of a difference. It doesn't even represent sometimes a minute. Sometimes in qualifying, the difference between pole position and being in 20th is like sub 2 seconds, or a second. Like, it's pretty crazy. So these numbers, these small amounts, they add up to something. So
They are
it
huge.
was
They have to have, these vehicles must be getting scanned by something.
They have some pretty intense technology. I've not seen this machine myself, but in NASCAR, they've got almost like a little tent. You know, like the injury tents on NFL sidelines?
Yep.
The little pop-up looking things?
Oh, yeah.
It kind of looks like that. Like, it looks like a little tent area. The cars go in, you hear them kind of be lifted up, and they get scanned and imaged and weighed. And I don't know what the machine's called, but I got to see it in Daytona, and it's like they've gotten pretty high tech.
Yeah.
But in this case, you know, the material, it was something like, I saw it on a segment that was like, here's the difference between winning and losing.
But this is the whole thing, CY, not to cut you off.
No, please do.
Everybody else made it but you. So if they can do it, you can too.
Yeah.
So it may be, I mean, you know, that little 0.5 of a millimeter, it's got to be a difference in the car, or else it wouldn't be that critical.
Right. And weight is a big thing, right? Like, if you weigh a kilogram more, then maybe
crazy.
you're slower, or a kilogram less. So you could argue, you know, I was like, I don't understand this, but you just put your, you know, it's hard for me because I'm biased and I love these guys, but if you just want to be objective about it and you say this is what's okay and what's not, then you can't really argue the numbers, right?
Yeah. I wonder what the average weight of a driver is, because they gotta all be around the same weight, you'd imagine, right? Or do they also, like, I don't know how that works.
Well, everything has to be calibrated, right? To the drivers, to the fuel that they have in the car. They've got to be weighed appropriately, but they also just have minimum baselines that they have to hit. So, all to say that there's a million rules that are factored in here, and size does matter in Formula One. But I'll give you some really breaking news, really interesting breaking news. We talked a little bit about it last season, about our good friend. I call him Spooky Sonoda because he's a little scary.
You're funny as hell,
But
Christiana, by the
Yuki
way.
Sonoda, our little friend, is actually going to replace Liam Lawson in the Red Bull seat. Liam
Oh
Lawson
wow. Why is that?
is okay, this is unconfirmed. ESPN put it out. Formula One has not released a formal statement on this. But Liam Lawson has failed to make it into the final stage of qualifying both races. He's struggled. He's finishing at the back of the grid, not even showing a little bit of a push.
Competitiveness or anything.
So they are speculating that Yuki Tsunoda will take his seat. Now, will I say we called this before where when they were thinking about replacing Checo and they were not admitting that they were going to do it, we're like, well, why can't Yuki take that spot? Why can't Daniel Ricciardo come back to Red Bull? Why Liam Lawson? And so yeah, he had a shot. He talked a lot of shit.
And boom.
Q1 exit. So yeah, super rough. But
you got to back it up, especially if you come in here talking. You know, you got to back it up, bro.
You really do, or you keep your mouth shut.
Don't embarrass yourself.
Keep your mouth shut.
Don't bring attention to yourself. Like, what's that all about? You know what I mean?
No, I really do. But I'll say I'm going to share one moment that I really, really appreciated at one of the races. There's a new driver, Isaac Hajar is his name. He on the formation lap spun out and didn't even finish the formation lap, so his car was so badly damaged. And I mention this because the first person to go greet him, let me see if I have the picture for you guys, to go greet him after he struggled the way he did. This was on in Australia. Lewis's dad goes to greet him as he's coming off the track. So he's crying in his helmet. Like he's like, you can tell he's like trying to clear his eyes. His visor's all fogged up. This is in Australia, but I was like, the whole time I'm like, oh my God, this guy, can you imagine on your rookie first appearance to crash out in the formation lap, meaning like the race hasn't even started. You're just getting organized. It's like failing your driver's Kimi Antonelli failing his driver's test 2 seconds in, like not even getting out of the parking lot. So I loved this image. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see it. Maybe Jonathan can pop it up for us later. But it is Lewis Hamilton's dad who's been with him through this whole journey. Really encouraging Isaac and just saying, like, hey, this stuff happens. It's happened to the best of them. And this isn't your last race. So get yourself together and let's go racing. And I thought that was really special. But that was one of my favorite. I forgot to mention that about Australia. I thought that was really cool.
Nice. That's very cool. It is very cool, actually, And, I think it's very cool that we got your volume to work this week.
You know what? That is great news. I hope everyone heard me. Or do we have any comments? Is anybody watching us? Where's my guy Trip at? He didn't even hear me last week.
Hey, Trip, he'll be here. He's been here late the past couple weeks,
What's Trip doing? He acts like he has a life besides us.
I mean, who to thunk it? You know what I'm saying? Who to thunk it? Nah, man. Nah, Trip, he joined last week and then he watched the video afterwards. Like several people said they didn't get the notification last week. Whatever. Things are things, and things happen. But,
we had the Ferrari curse. Let's just call it that. We kicked off the Ferrari curse.
Hey man, we have something going on, but we're gonna keep pushing through. Because we're great like that.
We're gonna persevere, trust, and believe that.
Yeah, and the people love us, man. We're growing. We're almost to 2,700. Like they said, we'd be there by September, and we're like 5 away.
Look at that. Look at God.
Right. So got to keep growing, organically, and it'll pile up. It'll pile up, and we definitely appreciate all the support out there from everyone that's watching.
Greeny, if you're watching, please come join the show.
Come join the show, man.
Lewis Hamilton, if you're watching.
And this is what the people got to realize. Even if you don't get the notification, we're going to be on Wednesday at noonish. If you don't believe me, just go listen to Trip.
Man, I'm telling you, talking about some,
Oh.
There it is. What you know about that? Yeah, it's boy Trip.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah, see why? No, it's been great, man. I'm so happy that you were able to deliver this beautiful.
Me too, but I didn't get to show you guys. I was showing you Jonathan earlier. Can you see? Can you see my? I wanted to feel included.
lift it up just
I
a
don't
little
drink,
bit.
but this is my
Yeah.
Topo Chico with a vintage Dallas Stars jersey koozie. Isn't it so cute? Isn't it kind of like about my size?
Go back, Dallas
what I mean?
Stars.
You know what? See why?
Sir?
My wife drank Topo Chico, and lately I've been drinking. I don't want to mispronounce it. Joritos, the soda.
Oh,
Oh, like the
interesting.
Mexican beer?
No,
Are
the
you-
soda.
Mexican soda, I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
want
think
some
I'm saying it
Mexican
right.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
Well, I like
and
that for you.
and it's very good antacid. I'm gonna say it like Topo Chico is too. It's very good. Antacid.
Can I speak candidly?
Ain't too much flavor.
Can I admit something? I do not like Topo Chico.
Hey.
I'm trying so hard to not drink as much Diet Coke because
Yeah.
it's it can't be good for me to consume so much. Topo Chico, I like the carbonation, but it is
yeah.
just so I need something. All right. I need
Yep.
something. I'm trying so hard, Unc. So
Yeah,
bless your
try
life
the try the
because-
Joritos.
Okay.
The soda, because I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't like Topo Chicos either. You notice I said my wife drink those.
Yes, bless her because
I get
it's
these
just
sugar-free drinks from Kroger.
anybody who's like, Topo Chico, I can't wait. No, you're lying.
Absolutely.
You're lying.
And if you
Now-
and my wife drinking mostly for antacids.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, it's-
'cause
I
not to
hear
be
it.
gross,
Yeah.
but you gonna burp.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it like that. You gonna burp. And
My
the
biggest
whole
fear is like, oh my god, I'm gonna burp right into my microphone.
Yeah, Topo Chico, go
It's not
hard.
good.
Yeah.
Whoever is out there telling people that it is not. I
It's
don't know.
Hey, I
It
used to
is
go
not.
hard on that Clearly Canadian though. Clearly Canadian
wow.
is real good. Yo, Clearly Canadian
Is it?
Yeah, it's got several flavors. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. If you can't do the Topo Chico, slide over to Clearly Canadian. You got some.
Okay, that'll be next. I wonder if they sponsor Lance Stroll. They should. He's a Canadian.
Oh,
That's
I
one
don't
thing.
know. But Lance, hey, put people on game about Clearly Canadian, man. Topo Chico ain't what that is.
Hey,
So
but
funny.
all those people that we just named, please send us a check. Cause
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
gave you a plug.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're well.
plugs.
Sorry, Topo Chico. We actually really like you. You're delicious. Please
Yeah.
pay us.
Hey, we'll
Please
post
don't
some of
sue
that in
me.
our whiskey.
Yeah.
Make a new drink. Topo Chico on whiskey. But Miss Seawell, it's been great this week. Thank you so much for joining us again. We missed you last week because
I
it was
know.
my fault.
No,
was my fault.
no, it was the Ferrari curse. We'll call it.
Yeah, we're gonna call it the Ferrari curse.
We got DNF'd, disqualified actually by 1 kilogram.
Yep, it's all
Oh,
good, but we
God.
back.
Well, coming soon, Japan in a couple weeks. So next week I'll give a preview and my predictions on that, and I'll jump back into some IndyCar, NASCAR, and some NHL stuff.
Right on. Well,
Okay.
good luck in your March Madness competition.
Number 1, baby.
Get it.
Number 1.
Let's get it. That's
For
what
now.
we expect, Miss First Lady. Number 1 on your jersey number and number 1 in our hearts. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely.
Okay, love y'all.
All right,
Love
peace.
you too, CY.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. What the man say?
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
We are who you thought we are. It's time to get down with the get down.
We are who you think we is. I'm gonna put it that way.
You know
we
what I'm
is who
saying?
we think. you think
Let's go.
Let's
man.
go. Let's go.
We're going to jump into these topics, man. Starting out with, we had a legend pass away. 76 young years of age, man. Big George. The punching preacher. They call him.
Oh, hey.
Big
George was that dude.
Man, George Foreman, man. I know you watched George Foreman
Oh,
coming
yeah,
up.
man. I knew a little something, about, because I got some homies down in Houston.
Yeah.
George are just about 6 years older than I.
Yeah.
Well, 6 years and some months.
Yeah.
But George was knocking them boys out in Fifth Ward before anybody on TV know who he was.
Man,
That's
they
why
had
he
to take
started
that
boxing,
to the
man.
wow. That's crazy.
George just put him to sleep.
That's crazy, like snoring on the floor on the pavement.
Hey, and then George, to keep from becoming a criminal, George started boxing.
Yeah,
Cause once you knock him out, he pat their pockets down.
yeah.
I'm just being real.
Wow.
And I love George. But that's how he started boxing. Back in the day, most
glad
dudes
George got
had
saved.
knocked out everybody in the, had outboxed most people in the neighborhood. And then they said, well, I'm a good boxer. Let me go box.
Yeah.
I done beat up everybody around here. Let me see how far I can go.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then some people, go boxing and learn how to protect themselves and turn out to be good.
So
But George,
do you think George Foreman will be more known for his boxing
his grill.
or for his grill?
His grill.
His grill?
Yeah.
Ain't that wild?
He made more money off the grill than he did off boxing, probably.
Ain't that wild?
I mean, George, I don't know. But, George just is popular, man.
Yeah. You say he was what?
Right now, he's just popular
Oh,
for
yeah.
a lot of different reasons. And I
Yeah.
don't know which one is going to take the forefront.
Man, he probably made more money off the grill, but this man, at one point, he was...
He's the oldest heavyweight champion.
He was the nemesis to Muhammad, wasn't he, at one point? Muhammad Ali.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. That's one fight that I thought Muhammad Ali was going to lose. When he fought George Foreman, I was like, man, I love Muhammad Ali, and just by what I saw with my eyes, I see George go through Ken Norton, Joe Frazier, and all them like they were dishwater, man.
You think George is the heaviest puncher you ever seen?
I know he is. Now, if
Straight
somebody got a higher knockout, Randy Shavers is the highest knockout percentage-wise.
Yeah.
But he didn't fight the caliber of fighters George fought.
Yeah.
George fought everybody, from old to young. George fought Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield, Muhammad Ali.
Man.
That's two different generations.
Did he ever fight Tyson? He never fight Tyson, did he?
No, he didn't.
How did
No, he
that
didn't.
fight never happen, but all those other fights happened?
Well, Tyson is a little younger than all of those guys that I just named.
For
but
sure. For
but
sure.
no, well,
but
no.
Riddick Bowe, he Tyson era.
But he was straddling. He was at the end of George and the beginning of Tyson. But George was that dude, man, and I don't know how many kids he got named George or Georgetta.
Like
I think
7.
it's
a lot of them.
but his daughter's named Georgetta. And all his songs, he got 5 or 6 songs named George.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. I may be underestimated, but that's just George Foreman. And you can't help but love him, man.
For sure.
You just can't help but love him.
Absolutely.
Man, when I seen George fight, especially after he came back, he was 40-something when he came back.
Yeah.
Man, he wasn't even, after he came back, all he did was just short punching. Boom, 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 boom.
That's what I'm saying.
He didn't never, now when he was younger,
he was
threw
still
some haymakers.
putting them things on.
Yeah,
boards,
but he was, man.
It was crazy to me.
Man, George was knocking people out there with...
even when he was younger, he wasn't just, like all the motion and all the action you see in Tyson and even Muhammad Ali. George was just really right here.
Yeah.
He moved a little better, but his punches were, everything was connected and it was so short.
Well,
and he had so much power behind it.
When he was younger, if he got you on the ropes, he would wind up a little.
Oh, yeah.
But as he got older, I'm going to say it like this. When he was older, he wasn't as good as he was
But
physically.
he understood the sweet science.
You must be reading my mind. He started boxing from the neck up instead of the neck down.
Yeah.
He wasn't nearly as good at 49.
For sure.
But he won the title.
Yeah.
Because he didn't waste a lot of punches. And it's a couple of fights when George got older. He was just standing there and let guys tie. He was so big.
Man.
They get tired 2-3 rounds. Then here come George. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
About 6 or 7, they gone.
Man, that's crazy.
George was that dude, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like
he
that
just
dude,
was.
Yeah, and just
and
power,
I love
man.
George, man. I don't want to. I didn't. And whatever I say, man, I don't be trying to say nothing negative. But George got a lot of kids named the same name.
Oh yeah.
And then George been married 4 or 5 times too.
Oh, it ain't nothing. How can it be negative when it's the truth?
Yeah,
it's just what it is.
Well, people take stuff wrong a lot of times.
Yeah, there's nothing negative about
and
that, man.
And I love
he
George.
got George.
And I'm saying,
second, third, fourth, fifth, all of them his kids. It ain't.
Yeah.
It ain't granddaddies and daddies involved. It's all his kids.
Oh, George.
Georgina.
Yeah. Georgina, Georgetta, whatever it is.
Obviously, George Foreman saw himself as a king. King George.
Mm-hmm.
Period. You can tell by the way he named his kids.
Oh yeah.
You know, it is what it is.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
it is. He was like, I'm not even about to try to make up nothing.
Yeah.
George. You know what I'm saying?
This easy.
Don't
George
spend-
Foreman.
Don't spend
George
no more
Foreman.
time on that fact.
George, I ain't finna spend no thought nothing. George Foreman, you named after me.
Oh, we got a girl?
Georgetta.
Georgina.
Georgia,
whatever.
whatever.
Georgina, whatever. it is.
But it's
Yeah,
George.
man, we ain't gonna play with it.
Hey,
I got more things to focus on than naming these babies around here. I'm a king, you know what it is, queen. But yeah, man, now R.I.P. George Foreman, man. I mean, yeah, I mean, I say George Foreman, and I think about a grill and think I said something wrong, but I just said your name. It's crazy, man. But R.I.P. to Big George, man, the man that is, you know, he
George
was very
is a legend.
charismatic.
George
Yeah,
is a
man.
legend, you know. And I ain't finna do all this. Oh, George, the fourth best heavyweight out.
Yeah.
George is a legend.
Yeah.
He beat who he beat.
Out of Houston, Texas,
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and he beat who he beat.
Yeah.
And the people who beat him.
Yeah.
And that is what that is.
And that boy had them heavy blows,
Man, he
man.
had them
Beating
heavy
up on them
blows,
cows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then he
man,
one
I
of the
love
people that I was a little nervous for Muhammad Ali, man.
Oh, that's
I was
what-
like, come on, man.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. You're fighting a monster, Muhammad. You know, I understand if you're a little bit younger, Muhammad, but
If you go watch that George Foreman fight,
that's the rope.
George, no, when George Foreman fought Joe Frazier,
Oh, okay.
George Foreman hit Joe Frazier like this, downward. Tell me why Joe Frazier went up. He hit Joe Frazier like, have you ever saw that when George Foreman said, boom, Joe Frazier. I say, what the? And that was before Muhammad Ali. And then he had fought Ken Norton. That's why I was nervous. Because, you know, Joe Frazier fought Muhammad Ali to the distance hard all the way. And then I seen, Ken Norton did the same thing. Man, George Foreman hit Ken Norton. Ken Norton was a physical specimen.
Yeah.
He hit Ken Norton in the side, and I said, the fight over, because Ken Norton froze. He hit him, boom. Then, this the easy part, right? That's just knocking him down. He already out.
You thought Ken was done
And I seen those five guys fight Ali, tooth and nail. So I'm saying, Ali, you in trouble, man. These boys fought you tooth and nail, and he knocked him out like,
Yeah.
so I was like, ooh, Ali, you in trouble.
Oh,
but
man.
Ali, but that George was that dude, man.
Hey, wasn't no better way to start this show today, man. It's a sad moment, but there's so much to celebrate about that, man. Again, RIP
It's
to
a
Big
sad
George,
moment,
man.
but it's a celebration. People say,
what up?
yeah, people say that all the time. Oh, but it really is. Don't be sad. George lived a great life,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
I know his family's sad and they're going to miss him, but then they got to focus on the positive.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
George did more in 76 years
Oh, my gosh.
than the average person can do in 120, 30.
Absolutely. In 2 lifetimes, for sure, man.
Absolutely. So we
For
love
sure.
George, man.
Yes,
we
sir.
love George over here.
Had to pay our respect to him over here on Noonish, man.
Yes,
over
sir.
here on Noonish. But moving on to the Zay Watch, man. Y'all know we've been having a Zay Green Watch
Excuse me.
all year.
Last year as well.
And it has come to a climax. The University of Alabama season ended, man. Zay played one hell of a tournament. She did her thing. She played well this season as expected, as we thought she would. And, she'll be playing on the All-Star team,
Hit that button, Jose. Hit that button.
Hey, which one we talking about?
Hold on. She here.
Hey, it's time for us. Let's crown Zay. Let's crown Zay one time,
Then
then.
crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Hey, you gotta crown her. She is who we thought she was.
Yeah.
That's why we having a Zay Watch. That's why we introduced y'all to her last year when she was at Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Because she is
You know
who we thought she was.
Who we thought she was.
Absolutely.
And she'll be playing on the Final Four weekend in the All-Star game. So y'all make sure you keep your eyes peeled.
And I'm going to predict this.
What's
She'll be playing next year.
Oh, absolutely. In the WNBA. I'm going to predict that as well.
I'm going to predict. I'm going to call in that right now.
Oh, yeah, because when we talk about that loss, and we're going to get to the NCAA Women's Tournament, and, I'm going to talk about something that has to do with a lot of this later on in a special part of our show. But, they was up by 17 against Maryland at the end of the third quarter. And it just so happened at the beginning of the fourth, you know, Alabama has 2 All-Stars on their squad. Two young ladies that'll be playing in the All-Star game on Final Four weekend. One named Aaliyah Nye, and I already told you, you know, Zay will be there as well, Zay Green.
Oh, absolutely.
So, what I'm trying to tell you is both of them fouled out early in the fourth quarter. Early! Against the Maryland Terrapins. Early! When they was down by 17 going into the fourth. Early! When Aaliyah Nye and Zay Green was going all the way in. And you know what? Them stripes showed up early in the fourth quarter and make sure Maryland was going to win that thing. And it took 2 overtimes to win that thing, huh? 2. And you know how many they won by? 2.
With your 2 best stars on the bench.
With your 2 NCAA women all-stars on the bench.
That's a lot of 2s, ain't it?
I mean, to me.
You know, some things ain't no coincidence, man. You know, just being honest, you know, I don't.
That home cooking.
Yeah.
It smelled real good, didn't it?
And where were they playing at?
They was playing in Maryland.
Who was they playing?
They was playing against Maryland. What's going on?
Come on, man.
We gonna. I've seen more of these situations take place.
Man, this is what I tell people about home court advantage. The goal's still 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
The floor's still 94 feet, right?
Yeah, it is.
Well, what the hell is home court advantage?
What happened? What?
What the hell is home court advantage?
I mean,
if the goal is still right, and the court is still the same length and width, what is home court advantage?
Home court advantage is maybe that check is a little larger after the game.
You going to the bench?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that check a little larger.
Yeah.
After the game. You know, hey, ref, yeah, we home. Yeah, we got to pay you after the game. You know, you can get your minimum.
And then you know, really, in basketball, Maryland is a way more basketball school than Alabama.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, now if that been football,
yeah, no doubt.
But basketball, you know, all these schools got their, you know, when you're a basketball school, guess what? You're going to get basketball calls.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because you're a basketball school.
Oh, absolutely.
When you're a football school, you're going to get football calls.
Yeah,
Simple
absolutely.
as that, and that's your home court advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's unfortunate, man. But, you know, shout out to Zay, man. I'm so very proud of you, man. Everything, the growth, the maturation, man, your whole journey, you know, the comeback stories, you know, the injuries and the battling back, believing in yourself, having to come home and work at Murphy's. You know what I'm saying? To sustain and keep your dream alive.
Yeah, gas station,
man. Like,
all that.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, hey, Zay, salutes, man. Proud of you. I'll be tuned in, watching that Final Four game. I was tuned in your tournament games. You made me proud, man. Straight up. Sorry it had to end that way on some bogus foul calls, man. Got you out of there early. I saw it happening quickly. When you got your third foul, I was like, oh, they about to try to foul Zay out. I already knew that was going down. So, you know, you controlled what you can control and controlled it well, man. Proud of you. Way to go, Zay. You know, we see what's going down.
Yeah, and then it's a learning experience for Zay, because what she have to, you know, and this ain't nothing against her, but what she got to learn is that when they're going in on me, I got to learn how to stay on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all a learning experience.
Oh, yeah.
And she going to learn, and from her development, this is just another step for her. She'll probably know this. It's good to learn this in college.
Yeah.
So you go to the WNBA, when they're going in on you, you know, you got to learn how to stay on the floor, because it's more better. I mean, because your team needed your offense more than it did your defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you might have to, if you're up by 17, let her blow past you.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I'm going to blow past her.
On offense.
Yeah, you know.
We're gonna keep this lead.
Rather than me trying to, that's a foul. No, go ahead.
Yeah.
You can have it. Because guess what?
We got that 17 point.
We gave you 2. We finna go get 2 down here.
Exactly.
Sometimes, you know, I mean, and that's a learning experience.
Absolutely. Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
now that's, you talking scheme now.
Oh, yeah.
And that's stuff that I love right there.
Yeah,
you know.
And all that comes from neck up.
That's stuff that I love. That's stuff we think about in baseball.
Yeah, and all the stuff that Zay have learned, there's no reason for me to think that she won't learn this too.
Oh, absolutely. No, Zay is off the chain.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and she's off the chain. I'm looking forward to her career and development moving forward in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark showed last year that you can go in and make some things shake immediately. This ain't WNBA old. where the rookies ain't getting their shine on. They can go in there and get
and
their shine on.
And this is the thing. It doesn't. I mean, they say that, but when rookies have came in the WNBA before, that was very good. They had to talent go override all that, and Kayla Clark had that talent, and other people have had the talent before, like Lisa Leslie and
Rebecca Lobo,
Lobo,
Diana Taurasi,
and Diana Taurasi, and Candace Parker, and all of and so Zay. I think I'm not trying to compare because those are proven people. But I'm just saying Zay has the potential to go in there and get something done right away.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%.
Because it's been done before, and this is how Uncle is. If it's been done before, I can do it too.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. Without a doubt, man. So so I'm looking right now. I just want to give her last game stats. I know she went for 22 in the first round against Green Bay, I believe. Mm-hmm. And I'm just looking here for her stats in the last game. Just to share with everyone. But they went down. Alabama went down 111 to 108. Zay ended the season. My box score. Final game. Oh man, I know that's not what she wanted. Oh, hold on. Never mind. She had 11 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. So she was on her way. Like I said, she found out early in the fourth. So she was on the way to producing because she usually take over late.
And that's where your
Zay time.
That's where your main players. You might have 11 going to the fourth quarter, but then if you get 7 or 8, now you got 18, 19.
Exactly.
Exactly. 18 and 20.
Exactly.
And that's where you want to ball in your best player's hands is in the critical situation.
Absolutely. 100% right there, Unc. 100%. But man. So moving on, we going to this
on to the next one.
To the women's March Madness tournament, man. It's been a solid tournament. A lot of things that we already predicted was going to take place. That we're seeing right now. I think the biggest blow, first and foremost, JuJu Watkins out of USC, man.
She tore ACL.
Talk about a roller coaster of a weekend. Okay, first of all, she get cock blocked by Jalen Daniels. She goes from chucking it up on the sideline watching basketball, sitting next to Jaden Daniels from the Washington Redskins quarterback. You see this?
Yeah. Then I didn't see it, but his mama came.
Then his mama came down there and sat down between the two of them, and completely destroyed all that whole mojo right there. All the energy went south. Like Jaden Daniels' mama way too. She too involved. She need to back up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Jaden Daniels was 24, JuJu was 22, and they clearly enjoyed each other's company. Clearly. And it wasn't forced on either side. Maybe it was forced on both sides. Intentionally. They was enjoying each other's company. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
It was real uncomfortable.
First thing, mama doing too much.
Way too much, man.
Mama trying to dictate who your girlfriends are now?
Hey, man, you
First off, I was 24 years old.
Mama, what you doing here?
Hey, first off, my mama didn't know who I was talking to no way. And if you 24 years old, first off,
I don't know what's going on, man.
First off, my mama know that wasn't her place to try to pick who I was dating at 24.
Oh my God!
Come on, and they were oh man.
And I've seen other articles and things about Jaden Daniels' mama being very protective of him and watching the women that coming into his life, but when my boy is sitting here chucking it up with JuJu, man, back up.
In public.
Have a little bit of social awareness.
Yeah,
have a little
public.
bit of self-awareness.
What are they going to do? And then JuJu is what's this, her 4th year in college?
No, I think she's a sophomore. I think second year in college, right? Second, third year in college.
Well, was she 22? She got to be at least.
Maybe her 3rd year.
Yeah. But anyway, either way, who do you want your son to talk to? The girl is in college.
Man.
The young lady, don't let me say girl.
And she's the number 1 basketball player in the game in college.
And so who do you want your son? Who do you want your son to talk to?
Man, that's what I'm saying. Have a little bit of awareness.
Because this is what his mama, when he go to strip club, which he may not. Yeah. But I'm just saying, if you go to strip club, mama, you ain't going to be there to protect him from them hoes.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language.
It is what it is, huh?
I'm just saying, mama, come on, get real.
Relax.
They at a basketball game talking to each other. Relax, mama.
RELAX.
And if you got something to say,
mama.
say it, tell it to
Tripping,
him.
man. Yeah.
When you see him in a lobby somewhere.
You know what I'm
say,
saying?
Yo, man, I think that girl might be a little young or she's still in college, whatever. But she
Man.
24, she 22. What more? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, man. Nah,
You
it's that whole situation's a little bit trippy to me. But
But
more importantly, the biggest
But let me
thing,
ask you this question right here.
Yeah.
Where's Jalen Daniels' daddy?
I don't know.
That's the problem. Cause if his daddy was at the game with his mama, you know what his daddy would have told his mama? Sit your ass down.
Sit your ass down.
Sit down, girl. I'm just, you said that, and we didn't practice that.
That was
Sit your ass down.
no plan. I didn't know Unc was gonna ask. Then we ain't talk about this conversation.
We didn't even
Yeah,
know.
man. Sit
I'm
down,
just
man.
saying,
Like
man.
back. Let that young man be a young man and do what he do, man. He got to start making his own decisions at some point, like straight up.
Sooner or later.
Chill
And
out.
then I'm gonna tell you like
It
this,
ain't.
mama, when he buy you a house in another city, you'll know why.
Hey, good luck finding one better than that, right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know it personally, so I'm just saying on the surface.
That's too much.
On the surface.
I
And
don't
that's like buying good stock right there. You know what I'm saying? That's like buying that crypto that's about to boom as soon as it graduate. You know what I'm saying?
trying to tell you.
As soon as it matures
Yeah.
around here. You know, so hey, relax, man.
Absolutely.
Relax. Have a little bit of self-awareness, man. Ain't nobody too excited. We just chilling. But also, had the unfortunate injury. Tore her ACL. Changes the entire dynamic of the women's tournament. We was wild. We were getting ready for that Paige Beckers and JuJu Watkins showdown that we've been wanting to see for a minute now, all year. Paige still doing her thing. She went for 34 in her game. But do you feel like that was a dirty play, or do you think that was hard defense? Because it seemed like a movie. I feel like I saw Omar Epps get injured like the same thing in Love and Basketball. McCall.
Well, I think it was a hard basketball play. I'm gonna say it like that.
Was she going for the ball? Was she making a play on the ball, or was she making a play at the body?
A little bit of both.
Was she acting like she was making a play on the ball, but really making a play at the body?
Yeah, I mean, and all that's well and fine till somebody get injured.
Man, that was dirty. It looked dirty.
I mean,
Looked dirty.
Now
It looked dirty.
Now what they call dirty play now, we call physical play back in the day.
So that was a physical play to you.
I mean, she went for when you go for the. I mean, it's like this here.
Was she really going for the ball though?
If I go for the ball, when I play basketball, if I go for the ball, when I go for the ball at the same time, I am going to make sure you don't get it.
Yeah.
So I got to go for the ball and you a little bit.
Man.
Now, what happened in the meantime, if you come up injured, I didn't intend to injure you, but I did intend to make contact with you.
Yeah. I
intended to kind of knock you back so I could get in that small, get in between you and the ball.
Yeah.
And that's so cause it's hard for me to sit up here and cause that young lady didn't say I'm going to hit her and tear her ACL.
No, she didn't say it, but neither did the dudes on New Orleans that had the bounty out for the players that they was taking. They wasn't saying nothing. They was just doing it.
But this is the whole thing.
You know?
They wasn't even the bounty bowl. Nobody wanted to hurt nobody.
Yeah.
They just wanted to cold cock you.
Yeah.
Leave the game.
Yeah.
Play next week.
Yeah.
They was hoping you play next week. We just don't want you in. I mean,
not in this game.
But now when something happened when you doing that, it looks dirty.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
But like I said, back in the day, we wasn't so quick to call stuff dirty. We just said, okay, that's a little bit of she going for the ball, but as she going for the ball, she's trying to ensure that I'm gonna get either if I don't get it, you ain't either.
Yeah.
And that's just sometimes sports like that.
Oh yeah.
So it's hard for me to sit up here and say that was a dirty play because I don't think that young lady said, "Oh, I'm finna try to hurt this girl."
Yeah, you think that's just a result of what took place?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, But we got a healthy stream. It just looks like it's not going out to too many people. I don't know why.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's hey, we got to keep it moving
Yeah,
because him a button for me.
Which
they
one?
are who we thought they were. Crown.
yeah.
You wanna crown
Go ahead and crown
Crown
you too.
their
Oh,
Oh, crown. If you want to crown them, then crown them.
crown them, because they all
who we thought they were. Hey, what up, Peyton George? What up, Christiana? Hey, there she is. What's going down, man? We having a good time over here.
Love you.
Having a great time over here, man.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, that's pretty wild. I can't believe that whole play took place. You know, it looks dirty in 2025, but you know, I understand it's a very physical play.
yeah.
Very physical play. It's not a basketball play as far as I'm concerned, though. I mean, that's just.
Oh yeah, and then I'm like this. Do you know Isaiah Thomas and Magic Johnson fell out?
Behind a foul?
Yeah,
Wow, I didn't know that.
yeah. Behind a foul, Magic fouled Isaiah real before the game.
Yeah.
They kissed
Yeah.
on the jaw in the third quarter.
Oh, they went. They hey, that's how it should
throwing blow.
be.
That's my boy.
Yeah.
And guess what? It took them 8 or 10 years
To overcome that.
Or else maybe longer than that to reconcile. They just not reconciling their relationship in the 2000s from the 80s, man.
That's crazy.
Cause I'm trying to win a championship, J.A.
Yeah.
You my nephew, but I'm trying to win a championship. So right now, I'm telling you, I'm finna give you the business, man.
Uncle, you ever
What?
seen Isaiah Thomas with a woman?
Man, don't make me start on a lot of these jokes. No, Isaiah was married at one time, yeah.
Okay.
No, I ain't never seen him.
I was just asking.
And I'm gonna tell you like this. Before, it was one time Unc didn't even have a bet. He told anybody that could find me Magic Johnson a picture of a woman, I'm gonna give you $100. Didn't nobody bring me no picture of Magic Johnson and no woman. Do you know when we found out Magic was married? Was one time they won a championship and they was talking to James Worthy, and there was a woman standing right there. They said, "Oh, James, this your wife?" He said, "No, that's Magic's wife."
Wow.
It's Cookie. We didn't even know he had no wife.
Oh, my
So I'm just telling you, that's just me. I ain't trying to say nothing.
Yeah, no, I was just asking.
telling you.
I was just asking.
I'm just
'Cause I
telling
know
you.
they was real close and they be kissing on the cheek and stuff.
Yeah,
That's just weird to me all the time.
And not only
It's not weird to me. I just know.
Yeah, it is weird to me.
Yeah, it's weird to me.
I ain't never kissed you, J.A.
Yeah, I ain't never kissed you either, huh?
Thank you.
And we family.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you like this here. And you know who else they used to kiss?
Who?
Arsenio Hall.
Oh, yeah.
And you know who else kissed Arsenio Hall?
Who?
Eddie Murphy.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say nothing. I'm gonna tell you what he saw with his own 2 eyes. I ain't trying to say nothing.
Yeah, no.
And you know what? Eddie Murphy got caught with them transvestites up in New York.
Oh,
That's the whole thing.
Hey,
We ain't finna go down no lane. But this is what I want to tell you, Jay, what your grandfather told me as a little boy.
What do you say?
He say, son, I'm talking, when I say little, I ain't talking about no 12.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about no 10.
You talking about what?
I'm talking about 3.
3 years old.
Your grandfather looked at me and said, son, we can't kiss no more because your mustache might tangle with mine. You know what I did? I went in and looked in the mirror. I said, I ain't got no mustache. What you talking about? Ask your mama.
But you knew the rules at that point in time.
And guess what? It took me some years to figure out what he was talking about. 2 men ain't got no business kissing. I don't care if I'm your daddy. Son, your mustache might tangle with mine. You 3 years old. You 20 years, especially in our family, you got to be 23, 24 before you can get a mustache. I'm 20 years from a mustache, and he talking about he gonna take it with his. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I used to go look in the mirror. I said, what is he talking about, man?
Look, I had my stash at like 15 though.
I mean, well, yeah, you.
Dude got a little stash
He
too.
got
though.
you got that off your dad's
That
side.
Anderson, yeah.
Yeah, but on your
Absolutely.
mother's side,
It wasn't going down like that.
going down like so it took me a long time to talk what he talking about.
Yeah.
He ain't got no mustache.
Oh.
But that's another story.
Yeah, man. But yeah, back to these NCAA women. You know,
Back to the tournament.
y'all been watching the tournament. You know, I just wanted to note that UConn came out the gates and they won the first round matchup 103-34. South Carolina came out the gates, won their first round matchup 108-48. That don't sound like the best 64 teams.
Nah. Well,
You know
me really, I don't even think it should be 64. I don't even think the tournament should be 64.
Well, I like all the games though. You know,
the games are fun to watch.
They're not gonna make it less. I tell you that, it's too much money.
No. Too much money. That's why they went to 64.
Mm-hmm. I wonder when they gonna start doing the NIT and the NCAA showdown.
You know, one time they
let the two champions play against each other.
No,
would they not dare do that?
No, they wouldn't dare do that.
I didn't think they would.
Because what would really be bad is that the NIT beat the NCAA.
Absolutely.
That's a great possibility because I don't want the NCAA tournament. I'm on this all-time high. Now I got to go play y'all. Now that's an all-time low.
Yeah.
And then if we lose, y'all are all motivated. Y'all got a reason to beat us, but we don't want the NCAA.
I'm telling you.
I thought that was the
cream of the crop.
Yeah. So it would be hard for the NCAA tournament
to even get up for that.
Yeah, to even get up for that.
Yeah, that's an exhibition.
I mean, that's
matchup.
just me.
I understand.
That's just me saying that.
That's like the major league champion going against the minor league champion, the way that they have it. But I'm sure there's some guys that have been snubbed. You know, like West Virginia's men's this year that got snubbed. They can actually make a move or possibly make a move in this thing. But, yeah, man. So, if you don't know, man, welcome to March Madness. We're on the men's side talking about this thing. So, to get this thing cracked off, I did an AI versus JA showdown. Wasn't much of a showdown after the first round. JA was about in the 47th percentile, right? I don't watch college basketball. I was just picking by name. Okay? Is what it is. I got Houston winning this whole thing. All right? It is what it is. All I know about basketball is Cooper Flag. Last year, all I knew about basketball in college basketball was Bronny James and Dalton Connect, and they both on the Lakers.
And they both balling.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, this year, I did this AI versus JA, man. I was 47%. I suck. On the other hand, AI, goodness gracious.
93?
Bad boy, it was in the 99 percentile after round one and round two.
It was 99.3.
99.3 percentile after round two. What's messed this whole thing up is the fact that AI had Kansas coming out of the first round. So I think it had Kansas going to the Final Four, maybe the Elite Eight. So when I say that it is now at 94.3 percentile, it's because of that Kansas pick, period, and alone. Because all of the other wins, all the other games, it's been winning.
Yeah.
And it's pretty wild to see. It's pretty wild to see just about every other game. You know, when I decide to put a bet down, it seems to lose that game. You know, I can't quite get the parlay. But we're going to talk about that later, too. You know, that A&M loss was much like that Alabama loss. You know what I'm saying? That A&M lost to Michigan.
Yeah,
another basketball school. But I'm going to talk about that later. You know, and why you can't, you know, what up? We're going to talk about it. But, yeah, man, the men's side of things, man, the AI versus JA, man, the AI thing is going off right now. It's in the 94 percentile. It's like ranked 1.3 million on the ESPN bracket challenge right now. But at one point, it was like ranked 120-something thousandth, right? It was crazy. It's crazy as crap. But, again, had it not been for that Kansas game, it would be much higher than what it is. But moving on. We're going to get to this tournament now. Talk about this tournament a little bit. Have you taken any time to watch any of these matchups on this men's side of the house?
Couple of them here and there.
Yep.
I'm not even gonna lie, here and there.
Well, as I predicted, Duke and Cooper Flag looked pretty unbeatable at this point in time.
I did catch out. I didn't catch the whole game. I catch part of
it. Does Cooper look like he's out of his league right now? As in, he's better than his peers around him.
Oh yeah, by far.
It's sticking out like a sore thumb, man.
By far.
I can't wait to see that young man playing in the NBA, and it's coming, and coming fast. It won't be here in Dallas though. But also,
I think it's gonna be a surprise where he end up.
Yeah,
I really do.
Man, do you think NCAA did not want a 3-time back-to-back-to-back champion coming out of Connecticut? Because there's no way that game they should have taken that L.
They didn't want that. Connecticut has already talking about men's.
Yes.
Connecticut already won 2 many championships.
That's two. They won the past 2 in a row, right?
Yeah.
And Hurley, hey, I'm telling you, I'm watching this game. I stopped watching it because I thought it was over against Florida.
Yeah.
I thought it was over. Quit watching the game. That fourth quarter. Number 8 ranked UConn. Everybody was pissed off even made it into the tournament. They was pissed off by North Carolina. But number 8 ranked UConn in this thing. Taking on the number 1 ranked Florida. Looking dominant at one point. Early in the third quarter, all the way through the third quarter, really. I stopped watching it after the third. I was like, this game is over with. UConn's got a pretty sizable lead. Florida looks out of sorts. Every time, I ain't gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into it later.
Yeah, but you know, Florida got a couple of national championships too.
They do, but that was under Billy Donovan, and he hadn't been there in a while.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying they are a basketball school.
For sure.
Yeah.
At least when Billy Donovan was there.
Yeah. Well, and they're a football school, so it's hard to be both.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a basketball history. It's not as rich as UConn's though.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And it's been crazy to see Calipari doing what he's doing too in Arkansas. He took out Kansas. Calipari's taking out big dogs, and he doing the same thing he did in Kentucky. He's getting those young freshmen, and he's going to get some. Now he's getting other guys to go with those young freshmen. Before he was the one and done king in Kentucky.
You know, a lot of people don't want to admit it, but Arkansas is a basketball school too.
Oh, absolutely. Nolan Richardson was the man out there.
Before Nolan Richardson, Eddie Sutton.
See, I don't even know about Eddie Sutton.
Eddie
Sutton from Oklahoma State?
But you better go find out.
He was at Arkansas before. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. I know him from Oklahoma State.
Eddie Sutton was the coach when Arkansas lost to Larry Bird and them in the semifinal.
Oh, wow.
With Sidney Moncrief and Ron Brewer and Marvin Delp. All of them 6'4", 3 6'4" guys.
Tearing them up. Going to work. Hey, that's like a swarm of bees.
Man.
One of them might not do much to you, but you got 3 of them coming at you. Hey, you better find cover, dog. Get out the way.
Them boys could have played. All 3 of them end up. Ron Brewer and Sidney Moncrief had a long career. I think Marvin Delp played in the NBA 3-4 years. So all 3 of them went to the NBA.
Wow.
But they lost to Larry Bird in the semifinals.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy.
In the NCAA tournament.
And
so Arkansas.
Indiana State, Larry Bird?
Indiana State, Larry Bird, yeah.
But you said it. So in that game, did they lose to Indiana State or did they lose to Larry Bird?
They lost to Indiana State because Indiana State had a guy named Nick. She went to the NBA too.
So they had a couple guys. It wasn't just Larry over there doing things.
I mean, no. They had Knicks. Knicks went to the NBA. He played in the NBA too.
Did he have a nice long career in the NBA? A few years.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years. 5 or 6 years.
Was he riding the coattails of Larry or was he good on his own?
No, he was good on his own. Else he wouldn't have went to the NBA. Lasted 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
You know, he just landed on with Larry coattail. He might have got to the NBA and got cut. Yeah. But he's played for some years. Yeah. So I mean, he had some talent himself.
Oh yeah. That's the truth. That's the truth. I mean, what my boy Ben talking about? Hold on, Ben. My fault. I didn't even see. I think I'm on the wrong feed right here, bro. Let me swap it out so I can see what you're talking about over here, homie. Oh, where we at?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who was that saying something? Ben?
Ben Smith, man. Oh, shout out Ben Smith, man. Good dude right there. Always got the great content. Let me see if my readers work. Everyone has Duke versus Alabama in the Elite Eight. Hey, man, I don't know who else is going to be there, but I definitely got Duke there. Let me see. Sarah Ashley Barkley. Yeah, she went for 45, bro. She went for 45 against Maryland, bro. She had to. But, hey, like I was telling Deuce, I was watching the game with Deuce. I said, Deuce, every time she scores big, they lose. And it happened all season long. All season long. But she scored 45 because she had to. She had to take over after Zay went out. She had to take over after Aaliyah Nye went out. After they fouled out early in the fourth, Ashley Barker went off, bro. So Ben Smith, hey, I appreciate you, dog. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm, with the feed, why we're not going out. I'm doing what I'm supposed to on my end, but it is what it is. I appreciate you tuning in, homie. Hey, kick a shout out, dog. Hey, love the interaction, man.
Hey,
appreciate
man,
you for watching.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, and if you're out there, if you see something, say something, man. If something ain't right, let us know. If it is right, let us know. We want to know. We just want to be better for y'all, man, and do what it do, man. So, what it say? Connect streaming software to go live. I don't even know what this means right here. What I'm looking at. What is going on here? But I'm gonna look at something else though. Oh, yeah. But yeah, man. You know, it's been a great tournament so far. Enjoying it for sure.
Oh yeah, and I just want, you know, and this is the whole thing. Basketball fans, go do some research on basketball. Don't just watch what happens now and then think that what happens now is better than what you never seen before. Man, go do some man. The NCAA tournament, I'm gonna say it like this: it used to be way bigger. I mean, it may be more people watching now because it's more people.
Yeah.
But percentage-wise, man, the NCAA tournament used to be huge, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Go look and see in
We see you now, Ben.
in 1960. Ooh, I don't want to say what. Go watch and see how. Go look it up and see how many people was at the Astrodome to see Kareem and UCLA play Elvin Hayes and University of Houston.
Yeah.
Man, it was
To the roof? Stacked up?
man, it might be the. I don't want to even say how many was there, but it was at least 30 or 40 or 50,000.
Well, people got access to it so many different ways now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
and they don't really appreciate just being in a building like used to.
But the game was on TV.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, and they were still in the building like
and
that.
they were still in the. I mean,
Wow.
now
It was
quite
the scene that
naturally,
you wanted to be at.
Yeah,
then.
it wasn't like ESPN. They got it on 20 channels but it was on ABC, Wide World of Sports, or something. We didn't have many choices.
Yeah.
But it was on TV.
Man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. But yeah, it's been like I say, been a fun tournament, man. You know, it's a lot of craziness going on right now. My question is, can basketball be trusted at this point in time? You know, with the money going around and gambling, all these betting sites. Can the game be trusted? How do we understand and how do we know that these referees aren't compromised? Right, like it's even more so now than before, and we got close ties to people that got busted back in the gap, you know, and it's been going on forever. And what makes you think it ain't going on now? You think only one referee was doing the dirt? Like, come on, bro.
Come on, man.
Donna, he took the fall. He wasn't the only
Donna,
one.
all that stuff is like roaches, man.
Yeah, man. Come on.
You see
bro.
one roach, how many they say you got that you don't see?
Mm-hmm.
All this stuff like roaches, man. So when
Hey.
you see one, you got a bunch of more doing the same thing, man.
It's like a bunch of Victor Connies running around. They just trying to get smarter on how to beat you. You know what I
that's
mean?
all.
So, it's pretty wild what's taking place. But the March Madness has been great to watch. That UConn loss was suspect. That Arizona loss was suspect. It's been plenty of Alabama loss was suspect. Yeah, man. That Michigan versus Texas A&M loss was suspect. When things just change, when a team is up by 10 and things just change suddenly, and then you go. I'm gonna talk about this later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about that later. I'm going in
So
too much
on
already.
to the next one. What's our next
On to the next. On to the next. Look like we on the NFL right now.
Oh my goodness.
Just
NFL
little
free
free agency news, man.
What's going on?
Hey.
Russell Wilson
It's
going to the Giants.
all black quarterbacks in the NFC East.
Russell Wilson, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts. I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to say okay.
Dak Prescott.
And Dak Prescott. I'm going to say okay.
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or 3.5, however you want to look at it.
Or 2.5 or...
No, because, or 3. We're going full 3.
Yeah, full, hey.
A full 3, but, if the cops pull them over, they black for sure.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
So that's 4 black quarterbacks.
Hey, man.
Hey, if Obama black, if he did... wasn't Dak black for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Kamala Harris black, they here too. I mean, hey, we ain't gonna bring up all that. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
We don't talk about that. But it's like you say, if they black, they is too. Yeah,
absolutely.
4 black quarterbacks.
4 black quarterbacks in the NFC, man. But what you think? How impactful do you think Russell Westbrook at this point in time in his career in a
Russell
win?
Wilson.
I'm sorry, not Westbrook. Russell
Not
Wilson.
Westbrook. Don't blame this on Westbrook. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, Sierra, she in the big city now.
Yeah.
They about to get some endorsement deals.
Yeah.
Hey, man, this be in
But
how
impactful do I think he is?
Yeah,
Not very much at all.
not at all. You think he got arm enough? Can he throw that ball? Can he throw that lob pass downfield in that with the wind is swirling up there in New York City?
Let me ask you this. Did he do it when he was in Seattle?
Mm-hmm.
He did?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's how he made his money.
I'm going to say okay.
Throwing that ball in that basket. You know, Russ known for throwing that bad ball up real high to where the DB, typically DBs train, they wherever the receiver is, they hit it and they get their eyes to the ball. But, you see it coming from a certain trajectory so much. Russ throws it above that trajectory so the DB never sees it, and it drops in the bread basket of the receiver.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Can he throw that ball in New York?
I'm not sure he could throw it that damn good in Seattle. Shit, let's know he older now. Man, people hate unreal. Seattle won the Super Bowl with defense. And the one they lost with Russ Arm.
Yes,
so
sir.
don't tell me about Russ Arm.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
I'm saying, when you win with defense, and
Russ's legs,
and Marshawn Lynch, and then you lose when he throw it. Talk about something else to Arm. That's just me.
Russell Wilson extended drives with his legs
more than he did his arm.
Absolutely.
And this is the thing. I love Russ, and I'm not hating on these guys. But to me, Russ ain't never impressed Ark that much.
Hey.
That's just me.
I can agree with you on that. Huh?
I mean, he ain't never impressed me like no Drew Brees or even no Tom Brady or even no... He ain't even... I mean, I'm just saying, he was with...
Yeah.
Do you know why Russ so good?
Why?
His damn teammates, man. What I say all the time.
Beast mode.
Cam Chancellor, the Legion of Boom. And what's the linebacker? Play forever. He's still Bobby Wagner.
Still playing.
Bobby Wagner still almost leading the league.
And what's the Bennett on the line?
Yeah, Bennett. I mean, I'm just saying.
Right? Like, he had some pretty good teammates.
He had some hell of a teammate. So, I mean.
And a pretty solid coach.
Yeah, Russ good. But don't try to act like Russ just finna go change the organization by himself.
No, he was a system player. Right place at the right time, right age, right legs, right arm.
Yeah.
Right coach.
And now people gonna think, oh, I'm hating on Russ. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm telling the truth about how I feel about Russ. This is my opinion. I don't think Russ is no type quarterback. You're gonna put him on the team and he's gonna change the. It's really very few people that can do that. But Russ is not one of those guys. Russ is not no Peyton Manning, man. Peyton Manning can change a lot of teams, man. He really can. I'm going to say this. Peyton Manning can change more teams. A lot of people are not going to agree with me. Peyton Manning can change more teams than Tom Brady.
I feel like Russell Wilson.
He's all right. He's good. He's solid. He's a good neck-up guy.
That's what I was about to say.
Smart,
I feel like
but this is the thing. He wasn't smart enough not to throw that interception in the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm about to say. I feel like he was a blend. I think he was a B+ neck-up guy and B+ athleticism guy.
Yeah, but he ain't never been an A.
As far as his arm strength, arm talent, that's, I think he's, B. At this point, B-.
At this
C+.
point, C+ now. Yeah.
At this point,
he done dropped the grade.
I think things that he could do previously in his career because of his B+ arm at one point. He maybe had a B+ arm at one point because he was never throwing it 70 yards.
No, he wasn't no A arm. I mean, he wasn't.
He was neck up, like he was above average neck up, and he was above average athleticism.
But he wasn't superior at neither one.
Not superior arm talent. None of that.
Not superior. I mean, that's just me.
Not superior neck up.
So I don't think he gonna move the needle for New York. With his teammates he got, come on, he didn't move the needle for Pittsburgh
at all.
And he had better teammates at Pittsburgh than he got now.
At all. I think Pittsburgh would have been better off just playing Justin Fields all season and growing that young man. They might not have had to go. They might not be without a quarterback right now.
Yeah, now they done traded. Yeah,
the young man started off the season 4-2.
Come on, man.
And you took the job from him. Like, I wouldn't want to stay either. I'm sorry.
Bye. I mean, I'm just saying, we give too much individual credit for team success to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking Russ.
Yeah.
But I'm saying Russ had a hell of a lot of good teammates, man.
Straight up. Straight up, man. Straight
Earl
up. Nah,
Thomas and all them at one time.
man,
Come
yeah.
on, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
When they won the Super Bowl.
and then your boy, my boy, Cardi B, man, you know, he was knocking Cardi B off when she was pregnant, and still, you know, he was with her on Valentine's Day, taking her out for a date this year. You know what I'm saying? Stephon Diggs. My boy just got a new contract.
With Houston?
Signed with the Patriots. 3 years.
Oh,
New
Stephon,
England.
not Trayvon, Stephon.
His brother, yeah, the receiver.
Okay, I thought Cardi B was married to her.
She was married to Offset. They got divorced, and she was pregnant, and Stephon started knocking her off then. And
Why she was pregnant?
yep, and you know, he's still with her now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that boy took that boy went after what he wanted, huh?
You see her?
Yeah.
Open.
Wide open.
Cardi B to turn them boys out.
Wide open.
Because you ain't in love with her for her virtue. You ain't in love with her for her virtue.
Hey, she was dancing before she started singing and rapping.
Hey,
She
I'm
said, "In love
going to
with
say
something."
it like this here. You know, used to be a DJ in Dallas. He put a song out called Neck Work. That's why he in love with it right now. Work that neck.
Got that boom, boom, boom.
Chill. Let me say it like this. Have you seen them little dogs be riding in cars like this here? What they call them little dogs?
If you don't write checks,
What you talking about?
Bobblehead.
Yeah, I'm talking about straight cash, homie. Hey, they putting straight cash, homie. And she a bobblehead.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
She done bobbleheaded them boys. That's all I can say.
Hey, some good bobblehead confuse some things
I'm trying
in
to
a
see.
young man.
Boy, you fool around and get the bobblehead to take your chick if you don't watch
Bobble
yourself.
de bobble.
But anyway, that's just all talking, man. Don't pay me.
No, that's true. Little bobblehead confuse some things around here.
Yeah.
That's like it's like a magnetic poster went off around this joint, man. Things is about to get scrambled.
A bobblehead to make you lightheaded. Stephon. Come up here to Dallas and talk to your brother. Yeah, he'll tell you, but I'm just saying, I don't know about all that.
Man, the biggest question is what team will sign Aaron Rodgers, man? Hey, I think it's gonna be Pittsburgh, bro.
I hope not.
Pittsburgh, hey, from what I hear from my sources, okay, Pittsburgh is aggressively pursuing Aaron Rodgers. It's like both sides know it's not a good deal, but both sides have no other option.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm glad you said that, boy. Because ain't no way Pittsburgh think getting Aaron Rodgers going to move the needle for them.
Also, what I also think is about to take place, and call me a sensei when this goes down, okay? Okay. So who was the last long-time quarterback that lasted a long time in Pittsburgh, huh?
Roethlisberger?
Big Ben. What was special about Big Ben?
Oh, Big Ben. To me, the thing about Big Ben is that he was hard to sack, man.
His size.
His size.
How big was Big Ben?
6'5", 260. I'm gonna say that.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm the sports whisperer, y'all. You know, I like to see between the lines. Okay, Pittsburgh got what, the 21st pick in this draft?
Yeah.
This last NFL draft combine, whose stock just so happened to fall drastically?
Shador?
No, not Shador.
Who?
National champion Will Howard. What's some solid qualities about Will Howard?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think last time he measured 6'5", 235, straight muscle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Arm talent. Can throw in that tragic one. I can see Will Howard going #1 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Quit playing with him.
Yeah.
Who better would be in place for Will Howard to learn from, even if he's not teaching him anything directly, just watching him and how he does his pre-snap reads, than Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Sign Aaron Rodgers, draft Will Howard, Pittsburgh Steelers, there you go. Your next quarterback is Will Howard. Will Howard and Najee, what's my boy Najee? I keep thinking Najee Marshall because of Maverick. My boy Najee.
Yeah.
Harris.
Hey, yeah.
In the backfield out there in Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's a much. That looks better, doesn't it? I think so.
Yeah.
Throwing I need a big arm to throw to my big target, Carl Pickens, and my big target that I just got from Seattle.
Oh, DK Metcalf.
Oh, okay. Doesn't that make sense? Or am I crazy for thinking that Pittsburgh's about to draft Will Howard? Ohio State guy. Used to that climate already.
Over Cam Ward and Shador Sanders.
No, Cam's going to be gone. Pittsburgh got the 21st pick.
Oh, 21st pick. Yeah, and Shador should be gone too.
They both going to be gone.
Oh, yeah.
Whose stock fell? Will Howard. Y'all keep talking about everything else. Pittsburgh, they want y'all to keep talking about everything else.
Oh, yeah.
They got a plan.
Sometimes these teams, they'll play like they're interested in somebody else to try to get everybody else interested and then draft somebody else.
I'm sure Pittsburgh was happy to hear that Will Howard's stock fell. I'm sure it's a plan to make Will Howard's stock fall to Pittsburgh. Why? Because the NFL don't want what happened to the NBA. People to stop watching the game. A mid-season trade, Luka going to Dallas to save the sport. I don't think the NFL will need that. People going to watch violence all day, every day. But I'm just saying, I see Will Howard going to Pittsburgh. That's what I'm calling. So, Ben Smith, you want to know my opinion? Aaron Rodgers will go there for 1 year, and he'll sign a 1-year deal with Pittsburgh, and Will Howard will be his understudy. Just like Alex Smith and Pat Mahomes. Same situation.
Well, I'm going to tell you like this. If I was going to draft Will Howard, I'd do it like Dallas did Troy Aikman. Throw him in there. Let him go 115.
Nah, man. Let him watch. Let him chill at least for half the season.
But this thing, it didn't hurt Troy. Because you know why? They went and got some people to go with Troy.
Oh, do you think Aaron Rodgers could last the full season?
No.
In that NFC, was that North?
No. With the Ravens.
Cincinnati.
No.
Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Myles Garrett coming at you at that torn tendon.
I don't even have to know who played for the Ravens. They're going to have some hitters because that's their MO. No, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to last the season. So just let Will Howard go on and start.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers want to be outside in that cold no more. I think that, I'm just saying, that's a Cali boy, man. Aaron Rodgers was born and raised in California. This boy done played football in Green Bay, New York, and now we're talking about Pittsburgh.
Nah. And plus, he washed up on top of that.
There's so many people that have made comments like, man, y'all quit talking about Aaron Rodgers. It's not that I'm for him. I'm just talking, I'm telling you what's going to happen. That's all I'm talking about. I'm not biased. I don't give a damn about the Steelers. They ain't the Cowboys or the Chiefs. I'm a Chiefs fan to Dak out of here. Unless we do something drastic.
I give a damn about Pittsburgh.
You do?
Yeah, because they beat Dallas twice Super Bowl. I
respect him.
But the damn I give about him, I don't like him worth a damn.
Yeah.
That's the damn I got for him. I don't like y'all worth a damn. I respect him. I give a damn because I don't like you worth a damn.
Hey, that whole state of Pennsylvania, man, hey, we ain't really pushing for y'all like that down here in the South.
I ain't even with Pennsylvania like that.
You know, Pittsburgh and Philly, y'all can kick rocks. Throw them, John.
Hey, man, Philadelphia cheered when Michael Irvin got hurt, and they throw snowballs at Santa Claus. So hey, Philadelphia is what the Philadelphia rough place, man.
I love some of y'all players going back to Randall Cunningham and Seth Joyner and Randy White. I'm sorry, Reggie White. I love some of y'all players.
Oh yeah.
But
Jerome
Keith Byers, I love
Keith Jackson that tight end.
Yeah.
He ain't in the Hall of Fame on
time. He needs to be. Keith Jackson went home.
Man, Keith Jackson was one of the founding fathers of the New Day tight end, man.
Straight up.
Yeah, Keith Jackson was blocking
and
going deep.
Yeah.
And over the middle. So I'm just saying, man, that's just me. But that's a whole nother story.
We need to make if he an Eagle, F him. I hope he never gets to the Hall of Fame.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, but nah, man, it's a players of y'all I respect. I respect Keith Jackson for sure.
Oh man, there's a lot of players on Philly. Man, I respect Harold Carmichael.
Yeah?
Yeah, 6'8" wide receiver. Caught the ball in 100-something straight games.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, man. But that's enough of that free agency talk, man. We're gonna keep this thing rolling. Moving along.
Keep it moving.
NBA news.
NBA news.
We're going to start this thing with some
news.
somber news today, man. Dame time, man. My boy's
man.
out indefinitely right now. Unfortunately, blood clot in his left calf. What is going on? I don't know what's going down, but hey, prayers for you, Dame time. You know, NBA's best rapper. You know, the boy's cold-blooded. Like, he's one of my favorite players in the league right now. USA Gold.
You thinking I rap Shaq? You know, Shaq had some rap albums.
Oh, Shaq. So it's Shaq. It's Shaq and Dame.
Yeah,
Shaq and Dame.
No, Dame up there.
Gotta give Shaq his props, because Shaq go. I love Shaq on that mic now.
Yeah, then when Shaq was on there with Foo Snickers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they went hard. That's what I'm way back. A lot of y'all don't even know who Foo Snickers is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Shaq went hard. And Shaq still goes hard on that mic. But Dame.
Yeah,
Dame really got that.
Yeah,
now.
Dame more modern.
Rappers respect.
He come with the new.
But Shaq was Dame
back
in that time.
Yeah.
Now Dame literally the Shaq of today's NBA.
Yeah.
As far as rap is concerned.
And I'm gonna say it like this, man.
I'm gonna say it like that.
Just like Dame. Man, Dame one of my favorite players.
Oh my God.
And I'm gonna tell you like this.
He's so humble, man.
They be talking about players can shoot it.
And I know you don't like humble.
Man, ain't many people can shoot. I'm gonna tell you like this here. From the logo, from the logo on back, Dame Lillard got the highest shooting percentage of anybody.
Yeah.
From the logo, which is the farthest spot next to the logo is half court. Anything between half court and Dame Lillard got a better shooting percentage than anybody.
Yeah, man, Dame is one of them. Like, he's one of them guys. Just like he's like one of us. You know.
Yeah,
very personable cat. I haven't met him in person, but I got friends that know him. All right, my boy Derek James has trained him in boxing and said to Derek, he said, hey.
Dame got hands.
He said Dame got them hands.
Yeah, Dame got them hands.
Dame can go. But he's an NBA guy. So he said, but Dame, if somebody tests Dame,
They testing the wrong one.
Exactly. And they're not going to do that because they already know that about Dame.
Then plus, he already been trained, but I'm going to say this about Dame. I love Dame. But I just want Dame to realize this. How many people have came back from blood clots and been successful?
Man, I know Chris Bosh did not.
He came back for a year or so. So
I'm
Dame,
saying, but you said he had been
like
successful. He didn't.
No.
He wasn't.
Dame,
he came back, but he wasn't successful.
Yeah, he came back, but it was a difference, man. And I'm gonna say it like this:
man.
Dame, you done made the bag. You did all you did. You didn't win no championship, but you did all you could.
Yeah.
So I mean, if
I
you
hope it's not the end for Dame, though, man. Like that's horrible to think of it like that. But I mean, you talking about what's real.
But who else has came back? It's been several players that had blood clots. None of them really had a career.
Came back the same.
Yeah.
I mean, but I wonder what is the procedure and what's going on there that slows them down so much.
It's just that the
risk?
danger and the risk, man. You can't. Because
hard to
they can come back, but and then when you running and exercising, that makes the risk higher of them breaking loose, going to a part of your body that'll kill you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, man, I love Dame, but I'm saying, Dame, don't risk your life for the game, man.
Don't. I hope they get that figured out. The difference between Dame and Bosh is that shot ain't going nowhere. Yeah. Bosh was he was 18-footer, an end guy.
Yeah.
Where he had a lot of going on. But if you give Dame 2 feet of space.
But this is the thing, you got to train and all that. You got to get.
Yeah.
I mean, man, I hate it. I'm
just trying to be optimistic, man.
Yeah, and I'm trying, but I'm just being realistic that I don't know too many people have really been successful after that.
It'll be sad for the entire NBA if this was the last time we saw Dame Lillard.
Dame been in the league a minute, man.
He's been in there for a minute, but he still got time. Like, it's a different league. Just like football, the lack of physicality is extending careers.
Yeah.
And I feel like Dame should have another 3 to 4 seasons left for us to watch him play.
If he was totally healthy, I totally agree. But when you
start
getting
a sudden end.
I mean, it's just. But this is the thing. I wish Dame could come back and be the old Dame, But I don't want Dame to risk his life for that, man.
Oh, absolutely not. How often have you seen this blood clot situation? Because you've seen the game a lot more than me.
About 4 or 5 times, man. That's it.
Not a lot. Never come
not
back.
a lot. Not a lot, but
Man.
you know. And then I think some guys. I'm not sure. But
That's
some
horrible,
guys
man.
may have died from that. I'm not sure what did Hank Gathers die from. I think he died from some. I don't know.
Man.
But it's some. But I just don't want Dame to risk his life for the game. Man.
Yeah, I don't
Cause
know.
we love you.
It's not worth that.
And your legacy's already said, man. And this is Dame. Don't get hung up on things. People say, oh, because you didn't win no championship, you ain't that good. Man, Dame can play
Man,
with
Dame
anybody
is what
at
that
any
is.
time.
Anybody that don't think Dame can play,
Don't know squat about basketball.
can't see.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. So,
Can't see.
Yeah.
Straight class, you know. Like he is a professional basketball player. He is a superstar in professional basketball. Dame Lillard's that guy, man.
Yeah, Dame.
And please don't mistake that. Please, because he's played in 2 small markets. If Dame was in LA, if Dame was in New York, everybody around the world would be wearing Dame Lillard's right now. I'm just saying. Man, Michael Jordan was cold. But also in NBA, you know, they done woke a sleeping giant up.
Say that again.
They done woke a sleeping giant. I done said. Let me say it now. Make sure it's clear. Where my horns at?
Okay, which giant that they done woke up?
Hey, he is. Hold on, that's the wrong button. He is who we thought we was.
Who was that?
We talked about it while everybody was counting him out. Said he's the most trained young man ever.
Oh, Bronny James.
It's just a matter of time for the boy to unleash himself. Boy, my boy went for 17 against the Bucks. That might not be a big deal, but the way he shook Giannis out his shoes, had him skating, looking like he was on ice out there, Mike Madonna, Sidney Crosby, making Greek Freak look crazy out there, man. Bronny had him going, man. Went for 17 against the Buck last week. Went to the G League and had to put his stamp on it real quick.
30?
39.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's rounded up. That's 40. But
just,
39, man.
He's just getting used to playing on that level, man. That's all it is, man. People gotta
But
quit.
not only did he score 39, he talking that ish.
Oh yeah.
He coming down the court.
Oh yeah.
That beast coming up out that young man.
Oh yeah. Well yeah.
People get scared of the beast.
I mean,
People call the cops when the beast come out.
It ain't. I mean,
People call the cops when the beast come out.
Oh yeah. And this whole thing.
This young man going hard right now.
It ain't nothing. Even when you go back to the combine and all that, there ain't nothing average about Bronny James.
40-inch vert.
42.
42-inch vert.
That's not average.
That should have told y'all explosion right off top.
Even though he ain't number 6'1.5", 6'2", whatever.
The physique on this young man.
42-inch vertical leap. That means he all up in the rim. Okay, if you 6 feet tall, the goal 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
And you jump 42 inches.
Oh,
your eyes is almost at the rim.
Well above that thing, ain't you?
I mean, you 6'1".
I'm talking about the ball.
Yeah, the ball. I'm talking about your eyes.
Oh, yeah,
your eyes. Top of your head, and then 6'1".
You looking at it.
So your eyes is at the rim, man.
You looking at it.
Man. Yeah, come on, man. Stop that.
Bronny James done woke up, and the boy, hey, the thing is, he's a mixture of LeBron and Steph. Because he grew up in the Steph era, even though his daddy was LeBron.
But this
where boys is shooting that thing.
Oh, yeah.
He's a better shooter than his daddy.
Well, we got to wait and see that.
No, I'm telling you that,
Yeah, we got to wait and see that.
The boy's 25 or 27 in the combine.
Yeah.
LeBron didn't do that.
No. Well, LeBron probably didn't go to combine.
LeBron ain't been 25 or 27 in his life.
I ain't going to say all that.
I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it. Even at the camps, he going to miss 1 or 2 of them jumps out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
But 25 out of 27?
Yeah, but that's against Aaron.
That means you done hit 10 in a row in that stretch.
Yeah, you done hit more than 10 in a row.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah. Because even if you make 10 and you miss 1, that ain't but 11.
Hey.
Now you got to go 27. Now you got to say, no.
Like we tried to tell y'all, Bronny James is the most trained athlete in basketball we've ever seen. And I'm talking about
On a high
physically,
level.
mentally. We talking about the body being trained. We talking about the
Mind
hyperbaric
being
training.
Yeah,
The mind, the times he's watching film with his dad. Like, man, we have no idea what little Bronny's been doing. But hey, it's starting to show though.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't wait to see Bryce Maximus unleash his.
Oh, yeah. Hey. And if they don't watch out, Bryce Maximus going to be on the with his daddy. With his daddy. Because he's a senior, right?
We already talked about Luka extending LeBron's career out there in L.A.
Yeah.
Now, Bryce Maximus same year as Deuce. He a junior. He'll be a senior next year.
Oh, okay, yeah, but still, LeBron,
Hey.
the way he look, and if he graduate, and then he go to the G League or college for 1 year, that's 2 years, LeBron look like, right now, he averaging 27, 7 and 8.
Yeah. Hey, just watch out, man.
That's excellent for a 24-year-old.
Man.
I mean, and the Edwards ain't even doing that while they talking about he doing this and these dudes in the league, they talking about like they better than LeBron, but they not doing what he doing.
Watch out. You know what I'm trying to tell you.
That's all I can say is that Bryce Maximus, and guess what? I hope that he get Bryce Maximus in the league. It don't matter how good he is. All these other dudes got their songs. Rick Barry got 5 songs in the league. Ain't nobody saying nothing about
Canyon losing.
Canyon can't say,
Boy,
man,
can't beat New Blood.
man, Canyon.
Amsterdam.
Say, man, I'm
In
69
3-on-3.
years old. Canyon barely can beat me right now. Shit. I'm 69.
Hey, but he got drafted. He got to that league, though.
Yeah,
on the
they
NBA
got-
roster.
hey, because my dad, if my daddy was Rick Barry, I would have been in the league too.
Only roster Kane need to be on is Rastafari.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell
He
you.
don't need to be on that NBA roster.
He need
though.
to be in Jamaica on Rastafari.
I'm just trying to tell you the truth in the book. But yeah, man, nah. So also, Boston Celtics sold for a record $6.1 billion. So.
Billion.
Them bees.
Them bees.
Hey man.
Do you know what?
Say man.
I hate to
Say
tell you this. Do you know who started laughing when it happened?
Who?
Jerry Jones.
Oh my God.
Because if the Boston Celtics
Going for
was
six?
$6 million, Lord have mercy.
These
much
boys. Hey.
I don't even mean to bring up football, but I'm just telling you the truth. Jerry started smiling like,
Look what
For
I
real?
did.
look what I did for everybody.
Everybody.
In different sports. Jerry did that.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Insane, man. But yeah, that was crazy. AD came back to the Mavericks yesterday too, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not yesterday. Yesterday was the second game. He came back against the Nets when they won, and they lost to the Knicks by a pretty good margin last night.
Oh, yeah.
But you think the Mavericks got enough for a push in the playoffs? A decent push, first, second round? Could they get to the finals in the Western Conference?
No.
They can't get there.
Kyrie gone.
Yeah, you're right.
They
We
can't
got
get
Brandon
there.
Williams over here though,
Who?
averaging 22.6.
Who?
Brandon Williams,
Who? Okay.
Mike Jones, man,
no,
will be.
No.
Man,
I'm
will.
just saying, Brandon Williams good, but he don't have that. Say, man, this is
He
what.
ain't Kyrie by far.
No, yeah. And then you got to have a little certain kind of DNA, you know, because all these people like Charles Barkley talking about the bus riders, but these same bus riders keep going from team to team and get championship.
Yeah.
So they may not be driving the bus, but they telling the bus driver, look out for that pothole.
Man.
There's a curve. You need some, I got some gas money.
Yeah.
You need to change the flat.
Yeah.
You might not be driving, but your bus riders got to do all that for you.
Man.
So that's all I'm saying.
And that's real.
Yeah.
And that's real.
And that's real.
And what else we got? Yeah, that's it. That's it. So you know, y'all know what time it is, man. Let's not delay what's going down. It's time for Ring the Bell.
Ring the bell.
We got Bernard King this week. Let's get it.
Say, man, I got to take glasses off of this so he can see. I mean, Bernard King is not a 50 greatest, which I'll say this, I'm not necessarily in agreement with that, but that's just my opinion. But I'm finna tell you about Bernard King. Bernard King is a Hall of Famer. He was a seventh player picked in 1977. He came from the University of Tennessee. And University of Tennessee had another player called Ernie Grunfeld. And Grunfeld. That's how you say it now. Grunfeld. It all depends on if you're from the South or the North, or you talk country, or you talk proper. But anyway, and they was known as the Bernie and Ernie show at the University of Tennessee. But this ain't about Bernie. This ain't about Ernie. This is about Bernard King. And like I said, Bernard King is 6'7", small forward. And in my opinion, Bernard King, the only difference between Bernard King and some other players is that the other players have a championship. Dr. J and Larry Bird have a championship, and Bernard King don't. That's the only difference. But other than that, Bernard King was that dude. He scored 60 points in back-to-back games against the San Antonio Spurs. 50, in back-to-back games against the San Antonio Spurs and the Dallas Mavericks. And I think that was in 1984 when he led the league, 84-85, when he led the league in scoring with 32.9. He was a 4-time All-Star, 2-time first-team All-NBA, and he averaged 22.5 points for his career on 51% shooting. So Bernard King was that dude, and he played for 5 teams. I'm going to give you the rundown of his scoring. He played 4 years with the Washington Bullets, 22 points. He played 4 years with the New York Knickerbockers, 26.5 points. And then he played 3 years with the New Jersey, which was the New York Nets at the time. They're the New Jersey Nets, and now. And he played 3 years with them with a 20-point average. And then he played 2 years with the Golden State Warriors with a 22-point average. Then he played 1 year with the Utah Jazz with a 9-point average. But Bernard King was that dude that he was hard to guard. And I just saw a clip of Dominique Wilkins talking about, he said, I played against a lot of guys. He said, but the guy that made me the most nervous before playing him was Bernard King. That's what Dominique Wilkins said. And Dominique Wilkins said it was a game where he scored 60 back-to-back. And then he went on a West Coast road trip one time where he played 4 games and averaged 50 points. So, Bernard King could play. And like I say, at certain times during his career, I would watch Bernard King give Dr. J, Larry Bird, and every other small forward in the NBA the business. And Bernard King did have a couple of knee injuries, and he had a couple other problems, which I'm not going to bring up. But Bernard King, when he was healthy and playing with the Knicks, for those years, it's nobody that you can say during that time was better than Bernard King. But what I can say is that Julius Erving had better teammates than Bernard King.
Yeah.
I can say that Larry Bird had better teammates than Bernard King. But can I say for that period of time, Dr. J or Larry Bird was better than Bernard King? I can't say that. Because when I seen them play each other, because I have seen Dr. J, and back in the day, players matched up against each other. They wouldn't, okay, we gonna, both of us are small forwards, but we never gonna guard each other. That's what happens now. But Larry Bird was guarding Bernard King, and I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I seen Bernard King get Larry Bird to business more than I seen Larry Bird get Bernard King to business. But what I saw with my own 2 eyes, Larry Bird had better teammates than Bernard King. Mm-hmm. And I seen Dr. J with my own 2 eyes. I seen Bernard King for them 4 years get Dr. J to business, but Dr. J had better teammates than Bernard King had. And that's what make Unc say all the time, you ain't no better than your teammates. And Bernard King, like I say, especially in New York, for the years he was in, he was in New York Nets and New York Knickerbockers. But the year when I say New York, I'm speaking of the Knickerbockers because the New York Nets turned into the New Jersey Nets. But the New York Knickerbockers, for those years that Bernard King was with them, I cannot sit here and honestly tell you that Larry Bird was better, Dr. J was better, and what other small forwards was in the league at that time. I can't sit here and tell you because when I seen them match up against each other, Bernard King did everything he could. His teammates just wasn't good as the other people's teammates. And that's my recollection of, man, Bernard King was that dude. And Dominique Wilkins said also when he went to the league, his coach told him, said, pick him up at half court. He's like, man, you ain't got to pick nobody up at half court. But then when he played the game, he said he realized what he was talking about because Bernard King could go left. If you didn't pick him up at half court, he could do whatever he wants to by the time you get 20 feet from the basket. So you got to try to slow him down early because he could go left, right. He could pull up for the jumper, or he could go behind the screen, stop and shoot, or he could drive to the basket and go left or right. Bernard King didn't have a whole bunch of weaknesses.
Man, I heard so much about Bernard King and how dominant he was and how he never won a title, but the dude was just the coldest.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he just had nothing to work with.
Yeah, he didn't have when you look at his teammates compared to the other people's teammates, they had way better teammates.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what Mick Hawk say all the time. You ain't no better than your teammates. Man.
Yeah. Man, all the time. And prime example, Bernard King. But I mean, did he have anyone else? I mean, even Charles Barkley had KJ.
I
and
mean, he
Dan
had
Marley. They just didn't have enough.
Yeah, he had Bernard King had some help.
Yeah.
But just not enough.
Do you remember any of his teammates' names that were solid just off top? Because that's very telling if you don't, and it's taking you this long to think of them.
Not really. I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to be honest. But if you go back and look at their rosters, I might can say, oh, yeah, I mean, because, I can think of a lot of players that play with New York.
Yeah.
But I don't remember none of them playing with Bernard King.
Man.
I can remember Walt Frazier, Willis Reed, Earl the Pearl.
All different times,
Dave the Bush, but they didn't play with.
Bernard King was New York in the 80s.
Yeah, and then
Bernard King.
And then I can remember, Patrick Ewing and even John Starks.
He had to be early 80s. Bernard King had to be early 80s to late 80s because I don't remember him in the 90s at all, or late 70s to early.
He played. I think he played 14 years. He came in 77.
Okay.
So he retired in 81.
Yeah.
So
91. 91.
I mean, 91.
Yeah.
So he played 14 years. So
yeah.
I mean, I remember Greg Anthony and I
think I remember an older Bernard King.
Yeah,
like a short haircut. Did he have a short haircut when he retired?
Yeah.
When he retired, though.
Fro. Yeah, some little short.
When he retired, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't remember. That don't mean he didn't have no good teammates. But I'm saying, I remember.
You saying you only as good as your teammates?
I remember the Knicks before Bernard King.
Yeah.
And I remember the Knicks after Bernard King. But while Bernard King there, I'm just gonna be honest. Because I remember when Bill Cartwright played for the Knickerbockers, but it wasn't with Bernard King.
But Charles Oakley was there with Bernard King then, because he got traded in the 80s from the Bulls.
Yeah, that was
early
Bernard
80s.
King left the Knicks.
Or mid 80s.
Well, Bernard King left the Knicks and then went to the Golden State for 2 years, and then he went to Utah for 1. So that's 4.
I don't remember Bernard King at all then.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, while he was at his prime, I just can't call none of his teammates.
Man, that's crazy.
I mean, but if I look at the list, because I remember a lot of Knicks before him and after him, but during his time, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that's pretty.
If I look at the list, I was like, yeah, but right now, like I say, I can call Greg Anthony, John Starks, Patrick Ewing, all them played together.
What about his shot? Like, do you remember his shot being unorthodox?
His whole game was.
Tell me about his game and how it was so unorthodox, and what.
Bernard King, what was unorthodox about his game is that he would shoot going up, you know, most of the time, if you're a jump shooter, you shoot at the peak of your ride.
Yeah.
Bernard King would shoot going up,
On the way up.
and he would shoot on his way down. I mean, he would shoot when he was open. He like, okay, I ain't open now. Let me just wait. He started going down.
So Bernard King was a natural. He wasn't in there putting in work, perfecting the shot, making sure it was the same thing every time.
He was that dude. And then he had a brother played in the NBA too. You know, his brother played in the NBA, Albert King.
Yeah.
You know, so
what's his name?
Albert.
Yeah.
Albert King. I mean, but Bernard King was kind of unorthodox, and that's what made it. I mean, he could handle the ball.
Yeah.
And if he did like this and you went that way, you would switch it over.
So he was ambidextrous.
Also, I mean,
either hand he could use both.
Yeah,
hands
and then he could drive to the right. He could go to the left. He could do whatever.
Could he shoot it pretty decent though? Because he had it.
Bernard King,
he's shooting over his head, huh?
Bernard King could shoot.
My boy's shooting right here.
Let me say it like this: Bernard King could score.
Yeah.
It don't matter if it was 20 feet.
If it was shooting
from about 22
or landing
feet.
in.
From about 22 feet on in, because threes wasn't big back then, like they are now. But from 22 to 23 feet on in, he can pull up and shoot. He can drive past you, go left, go right. He could do it all.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like you was used to seeing it.
Yeah.
Because he might, as soon as he leave the ground, he might shoot it. Or else he might, okay, then start going. I mean, he was kind of unorthodox.
Yeah.
But Bernard King was that dude.
So can you admit this is Steph era yet?
Steph don't have no error.
All these threes.
Yeah, I mean, people are. Let me tell you like this. Allen Iverson had a great influence, but he had no error in the game. His influence.
So people are influential, but they
don't have no error in the game. That's because you're influential. Because Steph is not more influential than Allen Iverson. And most of Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson changed the game way different.
Yeah, he did. But
I'm saying.
I can say that about LeBron if that's the case.
No. What did LeBron change?
Nothing.
Exactly.
And Steph has just as many
but
titles. That's why I say this is a real conversation, huh?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Whose era are we in? Because people are shooting a lot more threes, not because of LeBron.
Yeah. That's influence.
They're shooting them because of
influence.
The LeBron beater.
That's influence. But Steph has 4 titles, but he only got 1 MVP. You wasn't even the best player in the finals only one time. So how can it be your era?
You can't give merit to that and not give merit to defensive MVPs because they're voted on. Like, they're both voted on. So
what's that?
We both saw with our eyes that Steph should have won an MVP when Andre Iguodala won that thing.
So that would have been 2.
Yeah. How many LeBron got?
4.
4 what?
MVPs in the finals. I mean, you know, it's a whole thing.
Steph beat LeBron. How many times LeBron beat Steph?
So you gonna tell me right now that Steph Curry is a better player than LeBron James?
I'm just asking.
No, I'm asking you.
That's a different question.
This is the whole. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Influence and impact is different. LeBron went to 10 finals and 9 finals in 10 years.
No,
that's way more impact on the court.
I think influence and impact are quite the same.
No, they're not. We're gonna discuss this later.
I think that
popularity and
I think that actual I don't even know how to say it. Like, relevance is a different thing.
Yeah,
we can look and see that LeBron is the better all-around player.
Yeah.
But at the same time, impact and influence.
Yeah, influence.
Steph has both of those things.
No, he don't. What impact have he had? Because this is the whole.
He's got the entire league shooting 3-pointers. That's the impact that he has.
But it ain't doing shit. How many people done won championships shooting? I mean, this is what I'm saying.
Celtics.
Influence. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They won. Celtics last year won with defense on the Mavericks.
Absolutely.
And the Mavericks lost because of their poor 3-point shooting. But Luka shot 24%.
And the Celtics won because of their solid 3-point shooting.
No, they won because of their defense.
And their defense and other facets of the game for sure. Yeah. But the 3-point shooting was a factor, bro.
But it wasn't 3-point shooting when the Celtics won last year was about the 4th or 5th factor. The first factor was the Celtics defense. And the second factor was everybody Luka got on, blew by his ass and went to the goal.
Porzingis' inside game was great in the finals, but his 3-point shooting killed us because we ain't had nobody that could guard him in and out.
Go look how many 3-pointers he made.
I will.
Yeah. I mean, no, this is what I'm saying.
And the little guy on the bench.
So let me ask you this
the game is.
AI got a lot of influence, but how many championships he got? None.
But it's a difference between AI and Steph. Because Steph has the same amount as LeBron, and he's beat LeBron multiple times. More than LeBron has beat him.
So who had the better team, Steph or LeBron? We'll go back to the teammates. Who had the better teammate? Steph did. Even the time.
I don't know, because LeBron had Kyrie and
shit. Come on,
Kevin
man.
Love. They were injured. But they was on the team, and J.R. Smith, and LeBron picked his teams out.
Okay.
And chose what teams he wanted. LeBron got player GM forever.
Who is that?
LeBron.
Is it what?
A player GM.
That's what we say.
That's what's going down.
We don't know that. We just talking about this on the outside. But this is what we do know. That Bill Russell was the player.
Man, you love math, right?
Yeah.
So when we see the same thing happening.
Okay, so let me ask you this here.
Only one would have said
every team that LeBron go to, you got to go through LeBron to get to the championship. You don't have to go through Steph to get to. You didn't have to go through LeBron 20 times to get to the championship.
You got to go through LeBron and the team that he created. Okay. Iverson went with Eric Snow.
That's influence.
Let's talk about his teammates.
Okay, so we're going to talk about to the teammates. So let's talk about.
And lost to the Lakers. And how many games they lose to the Lakers in?
Who did LeBron have on his team when he lost to San Antonio? Ilgauskas?
That's when he was drafted. After that, though, when he started having influence on who could be on his team. You talking about Eric Snow and them boys. Same teammates.
Steph don't have no era.
Iverson played with Eric Snow.
Steph, you talking about people wanting to play like you.
5'10", Iverson played with Eric Snow and got to the finals.
Well, we're going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about this later, but we can talk about that. But this is the thing.
And Iverson didn't have an influence.
Steph don't have no era. Steph don't have no era.
Iverson had nobody. I'll give more credence and credibility to Iverson's finals appearance.
But he lost.
So did LeBron.
He got 4.
How many AI got?
How many AI got?
How many losses in the finals did AI got? 1. How many LeBron got? 6.
Okay, how many times AI get to the final? 1. How many times LeBron been to the final? 11, 10 times. That's what I'm saying.
NBA stat is plus minus. What is LeBron's NBA finals plus minus?
He got the second best of all time.
Minus 2.
Plus and minus.
I'm not talking about the specific statistic. I'm saying if the finals appearances, let's give his finals appearances a plus minus.
We're going to talk about this later.
His finals appearances plus minus is minus 2.
Okay.
What is Jordan's? Plus 6.
Yeah, okay. So what is Bill Russell's? Plus 10.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is that? This is the whole thing. We always talk about
We always talk about this
Michael Jordan. We always talk about this here. We always talk about this here.
Can't be the GOAT.
Michael Jordan can't either.
I said Bill Russell and Jordan are better than LeBron, so LeBron can't be the GOAT.
Michael can't be the GOAT either.
Finals appearances we talking about.
No, let's talk about finals appearances.
Bill Russell and his teammates.
Okay.
Let's take them out of the equation.
Oh yeah, why we gotta take them out?
Because we already know they got that. They got that.
Okay, let's talk about.
They in the stratosphere of their own.
Okay, let's talk about somebody else.
Below their stratosphere, who's next?
Let's talk about it.
In that finals plus
Havlicek next. He 8-0.
He's in the Bill Russell?
No, he's not. He won after Bill Russell left. He won with Russell, and he won after Russell left.
They were teammates.
Yeah, but he won after he left.
Okay, well, John Havlicek.
John Havlicek. Okay,
another
see, this is what I want Michael Jordan fans to understand. He ain't did nothing that nobody else ain't did. Nothing.
John Havlicek.
Not one.
So the Bill Russell, John Havlicek, Celtic takeover world, they're in their own realm. We removed the Celtic takeover out of this
Why we
earth.
got to remove it? Let's leave it in. If we gonna measure Michael against everybody else, measure him against them too.
We can't measure him against them because they're above him.
Okay, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So below them,
So I'm gonna tell you
who's next?
Okay, let me say it like this here. Robert Ory got 7 rings. Do you want to take him or you want to take Charles Barkley? I'm like Charles Barkley. Rings is overrated. We talk about players. Steph Curry don't have no arrow.
Robert Ory
let's talk about something else.
Robert Ory was not the main guy on any one of his teams. We're talking about the main guy on your team winning championships.
Okay.
Who's next? After the Celtics are removed, who is next statistically in NBA championships, finals appearances, wins, and losses? Who's next?
Okay, but you always talk about next.
I just want to see if you can say it. I just want to see if you can say it.
Why we got to say Michael Jordan next now when we keep saying he the best? Well, now you want to say if he next. He next. Absolutely, I give him next, but he ain't the best. He ain't the best. He don't have, and like I told you last week, when you tell me somebody did more with less, talk to me. But Michael Jordan did more with more. He got 10 scoring titles. Yeah. He shot the ball those 10 years more than anybody. So why wouldn't you score the most? You shot the most. You know, that's all I'm saying.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Steph Curry don't have no arrow. Steph Curry ain't dominated nothing.
I just want to hear you say Michael Jordan is next behind. If you take the Celtics,
but we're not. We're leaving them in. We're leaving them in because they in the world. Because they in the world and universe. Okay,
put them on their own. Who is next?
Take Michael out. Take Michael out. Then if we're gonna take the Celtics out, take Michael out. Who next?
Kobe.
No, he ain't. Who? Because he ain't got no 4 MVPs. Shaq got the MVP. Shaq got 2 MVPs. Shaq got 3. No. LeBron got 4. LeBron got 4 titles, 4 MVP. Who next has individual?
They got more titles than LeBron.
Who do?
Shaq. Kobe.
Shaq don't have a 4 titles.
Kobe got more than LeBron.
So does Scottie Pippen. So does Scottie Pippen.
Main players.
Man, but you ain't no better than your teammate.
It was Jordan.
Oh, okay, well, why Jordan didn't win no without Scottie?
Why Scottie didn't win no without
The same reason. They need each other. Shit, you making my point for me. But let's talk about the next thing, because I got something to refute all this stuff you saying. What's next?
Next up.
What next?
Hey, I hope y'all enjoying yourself like I am.
I hope y'all enjoy me schooling you.
I'm laughing, smiling.
No matter who you are, you're no better than your teammates. Because Jordan played 15 years. He got 6 titles.
Hey, my teeth dry. Is all I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. He played 16 years. And this is how Ark is. When you don't win the title, you lose it. So we can't talk about when they lost. See, and this is the whole thing. I'm going to talk about this in a minute because everybody's hiding under this. Michael Jordan is 6-0 in the finals. They hiding under that.
Like Jordan.
What about your whole resume? Let's not talk about 6 years. Talk about your whole resume. Talk about your whole resume. We want to isolate 4 or 5 years or 6 years out of a 15-year career. Talk about your whole resume.
I'm just saying.
What about the sweeps in the finals? What about the sweeps in the playoffs? What about the first round losses? That's on your resume, but no, that's all hid under the 6-0 finals.
My filter was finals appearances. That's all it was.
Final appearances or final wins?
Both.
LeBron got 10, so that's more than anybody except for Bill Russell and the Celtics.
Final wins.
Final win 10. You're absolutely right. 4.
Final wins.
Okay, well, like I said,
final win percentage. I think Jordan's win percentage is even better than the great Bill Russell's.
But this the whole thing.
Oh!
Jordan wasn't even good enough. He wasn't good enough to go to 13, 12 titles.
His team wasn't good enough.
No, he wasn't. Because you just said Jordan. You said the main player. The main player couldn't go but 6. The main player couldn't go but 6.
Win percentage.
Good.
What was John Havlicek win percentage? He had
100. He's 8-0. John Havlicek is 8-0.
John Havlicek 8-0.
So he ahead of John. So that means he's great. So does that mean John Havlicek better than John? Hell no. That's what I'm trying to tell you now. Hell no. John Havlicek not better than John, but he got a better winning percentage. He 8-0 in the final, but he's not better. So let me ask you this. This is what I want you to say. John Havlicek better than Jordan because he won more. That's what I want you to say. Come on, Jay.
No,
say it.
No.
Okay, well then.
Because Robert Ory's got his percentage is 100.
Well, then Steph got 4. That ain't got nothing to do. I mean,
but he don't got 6. Robert Ory.
There you go. There you go. He changed. Y'all see him change paint brushes?
I'm not changing. I said
Havlicek
is better than Jordan. He's better than Jordan because he got 8 at 100, and Jordan got 6 at 100, so he'd be listed above because he's got more.
And it's a
Curry will be, less.
Yeah, and it's some more Celtics.
Yeah, that's why I put the Celtics in the Clyde. Havlicek in the Clyde too.
Yeah,
but we brought him back down.
Well, I'm gonna put John in the Clyde too.
That's why I said next.
Everybody else.
But that's why I said after the Celtics, who else? Because that was
okay. So we gonna put Jordan in the Clyde with him.
He wasn't the Celtics. He was.
I mean, no, we put the Celtics up there. Let's put Chicago.
That's how good he is. Not Chicago, but Jordan's teams.
Yeah.
That's how good they were, because that's 100%.
No, Scottie Pippen teams. Because
he wasn't
Jordan was down some years.
He wasn't the lead horse.
Yeah. Okay.
It goes Dancer and Prancer, not Prancer and Dancer. You know what I'm saying?
Jordan fans are the most delusional. Y'all the most delusional of all. It's the most delusional. It's a certain order. 15 years, he got 6 titles. So it means he lost 9 times. All right, so he lost 9 times. I gotta get to the next one.
Prayers to Mookie Betts, man.
Yeah,
hey,
Mookie Betts.
Mookie got something going on. We don't know what's going down. He got a mysterious illness. Just before the Dodgers game versus Tokyo, my boy got sick. He's lost 18 pounds. He started at 175. He's now weighing 157 pounds. So, y'all, prayers up for Mookie Betts. 175, now at 158. He's lost
157.
157, yeah. He's lost 18 pounds. So
that's a lot of weight
in a very short amount of time, man. So y'all pray. He say, he describes it that his body is seemingly eating itself. Right? So y'all
what
pray
he got?
for Mookie
Mononucleosis?
I have no idea. They
okay.
haven't named it, but that's just the symptoms that's going on, man. Mookie Betts is the dude, man. Like that's us, man. We don't want to see Mookie Betts not playing. Losing Dame Lillard and Mookie Betts at the same time is kind of tough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's really tough, man. So, Mookie, praying for you, bro. Wishing you the best. Meant that, mean that. You the truth for us right now, man. We growing up, we had Griffey and Bonds, Tony Gwynn, Terry Pendleton, David Justice, you know what I'm saying? Fred McGriff, Frank Thomas, Bo Jackson, Deion Sanders, you know what I'm saying? Otis Nixon, you know what I'm saying? We had plenty of guys to look up to. Otis B. McDowell here in Texas. Curtis Wilkerson here in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Brian McCray, you feel me? Ricky Henderson, you know what I'm saying? Dave Stewart, you know what I mean? Yeah, I can go through them, man. What we had to look up to, but it's very different now these days. So the 6% we do got, we absolutely hold them precious to our heart, man. So Mookie, whatever's going down, bro, we praying for you, man. God got it under control, man. Whatever's the setback is only gonna catapult you forward, homie. So yeah, we praying for you, man. Hoping for your health to get better. That's MLB news for the day. I don't care about nothing else. Moving on.
What we got next?
You know what time it is, huh? No, I ain't ringing the bell. I don't even know the button. What button is this I just hit? I don't even remember.
What's that just hit? They are who we thought they were.
Playoffs? No, I'm going to hit that Singletary on them. I'm going to hit that Singletary on them.
Cannot win with him.
Can't win with them.
Can't win with them.
Hey. Can't win with them.
Won't win with them.
Won't win with them.
You know what I'm saying?
And this IMO, right?
And this IMO.
Oh, man.
What you got for
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Man, we were just talking about this right here.
Yeah, what's that?
A lot of basketball players, they are like the mafia.
Oh, my gosh. Woo! I don't know if we talked about that.
Yeah, I brought it up before. Because in the mafia, when I
see...
When I see Don Corleone, I see siren. I see violins playing in the back. music playing softly. It's so romantic, right? When you see the Mafia, but I bet you when you go back
in real time,
when people were sitting down having dinner and 4 or 5 guys walk in there, gun them down at lunch, or they get out their car to walk to the restaurant and get gunned down on the sidewalk. People running, screaming, hollering for their life.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
But now it's romantic.
Yeah.
And that leads me into my basketball. Basketball, after these guys done played, everything get romanticized. They did this, they did that. And I keep hearing, and this is one of my favorite guys. This is one of my favorite guys. I'm finna go in on Shaq right now. I'm finna go. This is one of my favorite guys. And this right here is for Ryan and Trip the Ghost. I wish they was on the show right now. I'm finna go. Shaq is one of my favorite guys for his philanthropy work. But I keep hearing Shaq on TV saying, I'm the most dominant center to ever play in the league. Then I heard Rashawn McCann say the other day, oh, Shaq proved that he's better than Will, he's better than Bill Russell and all that. I'm saying, where's the proof? Because I'm finna read right now. Yeah. Because I went back and, because when they be saying, I was like, Shaq, when I saw you with my own 2 eyes, you did not dominate Akeem Olajuwon.
Oh, man.
He dominated you.
Akeem was all over you at that
when
point.
I saw with my own 2 eyes,
understudy.
You didn't even dominate
David Robinson.
No. I ain't gonna go to David Robinson for Detroit. Ben Wallace.
Yeah.
When they beat you, I didn't see you just dominate, because if you would have dominated, y'all would have won.
Yeah.
Then when I saw you play against Boston 2 years in a row, I didn't see you dominate Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah.
Because that first year they beat y'all.
Yeah.
And the second year Kendrick Perkins got hurt. Yeah. And y'all still went to 7 games, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. If they would have had Kendrick Perkins, they might have beat you. Man. And I'm finna see, and this is the whole thing. I'm finna tell you about Shaq. See, this is the whole thing. Everybody always talk about the finals. But what about your whole resume? That's on your basketball resume. Michael Jordan getting swept 2 times and not winning a game against Larry Bird in the 80s. That's on his resume.
That's on the resume.
Nobody don't talk about that, but that's on your transcript.
That's part of your GPA.
Okay, let me tell you right now. On Shaq's resume, he got swept. Shaq went to the playoffs 15 times.
Yep.
He got swept out 6 times. That's 40% of your times you got swept off. Okay, let me tell you. In 1994.
That's not very dominant.
You got swept in the first round by Indiana. So who was Indiana's center?
Rick Smith.
Rick Smith. Okay, so what's so dominant about that? Okay,
Rick Smith was not bad, but he was not dominant.
In 1995, y'all went to the finals.
He was big.
Y'all went to the finals. Y'all got swept 4-0 by Houston. And you say you better than
Akeem Olajuwon
gave you the business.
Was putting that
gave you the business. You got swept.
He was doing the Shaq what he was doing to Jordan.
Okay, and here we go. And that's 94, 95. Here we go in 96. You got swept in the Eastern Conference Finals by Chicago.
Yeah.
That's when Jordan had went and got Dennis Rodman there.
Yes, sir.
Because the year before you beat him when you lost to Houston.
And Horace Grant.
Yeah,
from his team, right?
Now Horace Grant was on Orlando. And then, but Jordan
he went from the Bulls to
James
Orlando?
Edwards. But then Jordan then went and got Dennis Rodman and James Edwards.
Yep.
And then they swept you.
Yep.
Who was their center? I don't even know. James Edwards and some other backup dude. Okay, that's 94.
That was Bill Winnington.
Yeah.
And Will Perdue.
Yeah, that's 94, 95, 96. Okay, and then in 98, you over in the Western Conference Finals.
Yep.
You lost to Utah 4-0. Ain't that Shaq and Kobe?
Yeah.
In 98, ain't that Shaq and Kobe?
Yeah.
You got the second best player of all time and the most dominant center, and you got swept.
John Stockton, Karl Malone. Was that Greg Ostertag at center?
If it wasn't Ostertag, it might have been Big Mark Eaton.
Big Mark Eaton.
7-4. Okay, that's in 98. Okay, and then in 99, you got swept in the second round 4-0 by the San Antonio Spurs. That's 94, 95,
Tony Parker and
96, and 98.
Tony Parker, Ginobili,
and Tim Duncan swept you out. And y'all had you and Kobe. Y'all had 2 of the 4 or 5 greatest players let y'all chill it. So,
when did Ben Wallace give him the business?
Yeah.
When was that? What year was that?
Ben Wallace this. I don't know what these just years
that was
they got
the finals,
swept.
though.
That was in the final. And you lie. I mean, so and then everybody said, well, then we're gonna go to 2007, the first round against Chicago. You lost 40-0. You got swept out 40% of the time you went to the playoffs, and you say you're the most dominant center ever. Your average is 23.7, and you average 10.9 rebounds. Where's the dominance at? Make it make sense to me.
I think that was
That's bullshit. That's what that is. Shaq is not better. He tried to say he's the third best center in the NBA history. But when I see you play,
when I would play these moments in my mind, it had nothing to do with about his physical dominance. There was a lot of mental things going on, especially between him and Kobe.
it doesn't matter.
Regardless,
It doesn't matter. That means you still got swept out. Right?
He wasn't the best professional at all. Him and Kobe both slacked. A young Kobe, an older Shaq. Shaq should have been able to, I don't know, that understanding he's the older of the two. But Kobe was
And those are just the times you got swept out. You got swept out 40% of the time, and then you tell me you're the most dominant player in the NBA history? Make it make sense to me.
What if
I don't understand, because that's on your resume. Seeing everybody is high.
It's not like Shaq wasn't playing on the team with Lamar and Pau Gasol like that.
But this is the whole thing.
Now that would have been a team.
But this thing they had
that
Hold
would
on.
have been a 6
Wait a
team
minute.
right there.
You better go look back. They had Glenn Rice and people like that. Come on, them dudes can play.
Yep.
Them dudes can play. Don't play like they can't play.
They had Karl Malone and Gary Payton and Steve.
Yeah,
Steve Nash came after Shaq.
No, he didn't.
He was with Shaq?
Steve Nash came with Karl Malone.
Oh,
And
man.
y'all got, I mean, so I'm just saying, all these players, see, and do you know what they're hiding behind? This didn't happen in the finals. None of this happened in the finals.
They got beat before they got to the finals.
Yeah, but you got swept.
By Utah.
Yeah, but you got swept 6 times.
And Houston.
Houston, let me
Not
see.
6 times.
One of them was in the finals.
They got swept 4 times or 6 times?
6 times altogether. Shaq got swept 6 times out of 15 trips to the playoffs.
Can you name the teams he got swept against again?
Here it is right here. In 94, he got swept by Indiana.
Yep.
Who was their center?
Rick Schmitz.
Okay. He got swept by Houston Rockets. That was a
Akeem
Olajuwon. He got swept by Utah Jazz in 98. Who was their center?
Tag or Eaton.
Okay. He got swept in 99 by San Antonio Spurs. Who was their center? Dave Robinson was gone, I think, in 99.
Gone, but, they had Tim Duncan over there.
Yeah, but he was a power forward. We talking about...
I can't even remember who the center was.
Okay, and then you got swept in 96 by Chicago in the Eastern Conference Final.
Yep.
And then you got swept in 2007 again when you was over with either Boston or Cleveland in 2007.
Oh man, so he wasn't really even on the floor at that point in time.
I mean, but that's his fault.
It happened though.
But it happened. That's on your career. That's what I'm saying. Everybody, in my opinion, everybody's hiding behind. I didn't do it in the finals.
Yeah.
But Shaq, you got swept 40% of the time.
Yeah, I think he ended that season on Boston, if I remember correctly.
So just because you got swept all these times, just because it wasn't in the finals, that means it don't count.
Man. No,
that's what I'm saying.
That's
people
like
are hiding,
and
then the first thing they're hiding by Jordan 6-0. So everybody's hiding behind. Long as I didn't get swept in the finals, it's okay. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's on your resume.
Absolutely, it is.
So when you go look at these guys' resumes, all the pluses they got, when they've been getting swept and getting beat in the first round and not make it to the final, that bring your resume down some, don't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. So if Shaq is the most dominant with 23.7 points and 10.9 rebounds and swept out the playoff 40% of your time, where's the dominance? Make it make sense. I love Shaq. I love his philanthropy, giving to people. But this is the thing, Shaq, you are not the most dominant player in NBA history. You don't lead the NBA in block shots. You don't lead the NBA in rebounds. You don't lead the NBA in nothing.
Not a TT-Tata.
So where's the dominance at? Do you know who got more rebounds than Shaq? Kevin Garnett.
Oh, man.
Got more rebounds. So where your dominance at?
How?
Go look it up. Shaq got 13,000 something rebounds. KG got 14,000. So where's the dominance at?
Who did KG play longer?
No, they both 18 years.
Both of them?
I think Shaq might have played a year longer, but I'm just saying, even if it's 1 year, he got more rebounds than you. Shaq, why the dominance at? You talking the shit that don't back up from your resume.
Man, dominance means consistency.
You dominated in something. You didn't dominate in scoring. You didn't dominate in rebound. You didn't dominate in wins. So where's your dominance at?
Consistency matters, for sure.
And like I said,
you know what we remember is him overpowering dudes. Them
but
making rules.
But
to
look
stop
who he was
Shaq,
overpowering.
Implementing the hack of Shaq.
Like when they say,
that's later in his
like
career.
when they say
like
Bill
him
Russell and
breaking
Will
down.
Chamberlain wasn't playing against nobody. Who was
Yeah.
Shaq? Who was he dominating? Rick Smith.
You right, huh? And we can't. You know, this is IMO, so I can't rebut.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. You know, and I love Shaq, but there is no evidence on your resume that you're the most dominant player in NBA history. There's no evidence, and that's just my opinion, backed up by some facts.
The crowd going in right now. Cause you're saying some real shit right now.
They can go in all they want to, but I want somebody to get on there and tell me that I'm lying.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And this for you, Ryan and Trip the Ghost. All you young guys thought, oh, he the great. No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
And that's IMO funk right there, man. Hey, Shaq. Hey.
Shaq? Because you're always on TNT talking.
To do.
Yeah, you're always on TNT running your mouth. And I love Shaq.
I love Shaq, too. He's my favorite. Like,
And I love you too, Jared.
Yeah.
But you know one thing I'm going to do on you?
What's
I'm going
that?
to tell the damn truth.
Every time.
And guess who else I'm going to tell the truth on?
Who? Absolutely.
Me.
Absolutely.
All the time.
Self-awareness is key.
Yeah, all day, every day.
When you see yourself thoroughly, you can see everybody else clearly.
I'm fast, but he ain't fast as Carl Lewis. Come on, man. Stop that. I ain't got no 8 or 10, 12 gold medals like Carl Lewis. Stop that, man.
I ain't even going to think about that.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Where the evidence at?
Hey, you got to keep it real with yourself.
Yeah.
Man.
Where the evidence?
How you
And
going to
all
be
I'm
real
saying-
with me if you can't be real with yourself?
All I want everybody to do is supply me with the evidence when you start saying stuff. Because this on your resume too, 40% of your time you were swept out the playoffs. 40%, that's a lot. And 3 of them sweeps out was with Kobe.
Yeah. Hey.
You know, and then they always call
If you don't run
LeBron
Shaq,
James
don't
the
say
swept.
this
But he got swept out 3 times. Kobe got swept out 3 times.
Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash on.
Straight cash.
So Unc know what he's talking about. Unc knows about some sports. So because this is what this show have really turned Unc into. A researcher.
Absolutely.
Because when I hear stuff, I be like,
R&D.
now that I'm on the YouTube, let me go see. Because what they saying is not matching up with what I remember.
Yeah.
Because I remember all this. Because, you know, I got a vivid memory, man.
Hey,
I remember all this
his
stuff.
story is written every day.
Yeah.
Don't mean it's true,
Yeah.
but we call it history.
Call it history. So,
And now it's time.
let
me go and lay this down.
What, in your opinion, Jay?
In my opinion, you don't need a wrench. You don't need a Phillips or flathead or a hammer. You don't need a socket wrench neither. You don't need a needle nose.
You don't need no tools.
You don't need a jack.
In other words, he said you don't need no tools.
You don't need not a tool to fix it. Only thing you need is a zebra with their pockets wide open. All I got to say about that. What I will never do again is put my money on a basketball game. Ooh. I think Phil Donahue taught us that one. Y'all could have listened if you want to, but he gave you the game. He went to jail. The game didn't.
The game didn't go to jail.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Who is that? Somebody? Is that Trip to Go?
Busting wide open. Trip to go.
Trip to Go. Say, man.
Hold on. Let that ride for a little bit. Let it ride. It's Trip.
Noonish.
That's the producer of the
Noonish.
beat, the song, the
Noonish.
show. The way we come in on y'all boys and girls these days in the 2025, yes sir, appreciate that. Trap. Hey, did you get your gear yet, big dog? Did you get your gear yet, big dog? Because if you didn't, it's on the way. You know, again, we're going to put it in the description where to get your gear, you know.
Noonish.
Come rock the Noonish Sports and Tech. Got the long sleeve on.
Come talk your ish.
Come talk your ish.
Ish.
Yeah, we just getting started, man.
Hey,
The gig about to be fresh to death. Long time. Money long time. Yeah, it's going down. But hey, as I was stating. Donnie, he took the rap, but the game didn't go to jail.
no.
It's still popping off. Take your own notes. What I like to do when I see a halftime lead, dispersing minutes, people getting fouled out quickly, the first thing I go look at is the foul differential. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I want to see if that whistle was blowing one way a little more than the other way.
That's home court advantage.
Usually, a game will end up, or a team will end up winning by 7, but they got 11 more free throws shot. 11 more? Hold on, I understand if we split in 22.
You know what? Now you're wrong. They got 11 more fouls called, so it's 22 more shots.
Yeah, 11 more fouls called.
Yeah,
but even if it's 5 more fouls called, you got, or 6 more fouls, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Maybe only 5 fouls, you got a 3-point attempt, and you got 11 more shots. I'm looking for that. And when I see one is not slightly is right. That means it wasn't intentional. If it's even, that means we might be counting fouls. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind some slight. But when I see a 5%, 10% differentiation.
Oh, yeah. Something wrong. That's home cooking, man. Home cooking.
It's something going down. And I'm not just saying this because we love Zay Green over at the University of Alabama. I hate Texas A&M. But they was up by 10 at halftime against Michigan. I look at them fouls and it's a pretty big differentiation. UConn, coach walking off the floor. Hey, Baylor, I hope they don't do this to y'all what they did to us. Who are they talking about? Is it their fault? Is it life or death? We don't know. None of this. I don't know. But what I do know is I can control what I can control. And my dollars ain't going on no basketball game. Unless it's youth. Because, hey, usually on youth basketball, the better team gonna win. Because them boys ain't figured out, they ain't got that dog in them, that worst team.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Across the board. And the creme de la creme, homie. And these refs gonna make $35 regardless.
Hey, unless they want to make 35,000, 40,000, that's a different story.
Now, the better you can be about, you know, we ain't gonna call it a clearance, but it's a sports version of a clearance.
Yeah, absolutely.
The better you can shut your mouth and not say not a TT-ta-ta and get this bread under the table, hey, we can go places. But, in my opinion, it's still real dirty in basketball, man.
Hey.
It's crazy how these sports. Vegas gonna win. Is all I'm gonna tell you.
Vegas gonna win every time. Vegas don't never lose, man.
That's
Come
all
on.
I'm gonna tell you. Man.
That's why a lot of times I look and see what Vegas doing. That's gonna determine what happens.
Now I can get single games. I will bet, but them parlays are for suckers, man.
Oh yeah.
You might hit big one good time, but hey, don't do that no more now.
What did Trip say right there at the end?
Trip. It's all about timing.
Oh yeah.
You right when they calling them, then you make a difference before
Hey,
the game.
hey, I got one more opinion. I got another opinion.
What's your other opinion? Yeah, make it difference. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna say it like this. In
You
my
gotta see
opinion,
it coming though, Trip. You gotta see it coming though. You gotta see it.
I'm gonna say this. In my opinion, Trip to Goals.
Yeah.
Is the greatest follower in the whole world. Hey, turn it on so I can hear it. Turn it on where I can hear it. Turn it on where I can hear
Get
it.
you some of that on.
Okay, hey, Trip to Goals. You the greatest follower in the world, man. Say, ain't nobody, can't nobody follow nobody better than you follow us, man. You gave us a song.
Noonish. Noonish. Noonish.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, hit the song. Hit the song.
It's on there. Want me to hit
Hit
it
the
again?
song.
Hit it again. I hit it again. It's on there. Hey, Trip, I let it freestyle this joint.
I need to hear it. I need to hear it.
Yeah, it's delayed on here.
yeah,
It's
okay.
delayed on here.
Noonish.
But it's on there.
Noonish. Noonish.
Yo.
Noonish.
Trip, you the dude, man.
Hey, put on your
Noonish.
ears up. Put on your ears up. Hold on, I'm gonna hit it one more time. We're gonna run it back. We're gonna do it again. Yeah, with that being said, man.
With that being said,
Yeah,
we getting ready to go out
check up out of here,
Trip to
man.
Goals.
Yeah.
Noonish.
Y'all know how
No,
it go
hey,
down.
J.A. fooling with them bats.
Noonish.
Is that on the
Noonish.
track?
On that track, baby. You know what it is. You know what it is.
You the man, Trip. You gonna always be the man.
Yes, sir.
And like I say, ain't nobody.
Yeah.
Go find me somebody, Shay Shay, that made a song for Shay Shay.
Hey, I'm trying to
Go
tell you.
find me somebody, Gilbert Arenas, all them, who done made a song for them.
You know what I'm
Nobody.
saying? Real
But
talk.
Trip, you Trip, my
You
man.
the realest, man.
You the realest of
Hey,
all
real,
real.
recognize real, man. Hey, we
Absolutely.
coming, dog. You know what it is. Let me get I am off the screen so the people know what it is. when
We
come
just
through here.
right now, we kicking it. This is the Trip.
You know what I'm saying? Trip,
This is the
laughing
Trip
like a motherfucker.
celebration.
Look at him right now. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
That's what we
yes,
do
sir.
it for, baby. Yes, sir. I'm gonna let's
Trip
get that
the
Arsenio Hall around this hole. Let's go, man. Yeah, for real, man. It's going down, man. We'll be back next Wednesday, man. Y'all can check out, look out for us this weekend, man. We just have a good time. It's going down. We only turning up from here on out, baby. Got nothing holding us back ever again, baby. It's going down. Let's get it. Noonish Sports and Tech. What's going down? Let's get it.
We are who y'all thought we was.
Uh-oh.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass.